Welcome to the Northwest Submission Challenge. My name is David Dickman here with Joel Bowie, and we're excited for tonight. First, let's talk about match lengths. So blue belts are going to get 5 minutes. Purple belt will get 6. Brown belts will jump up to 8, and for our black belt matches, we will have 10 minutes. As far as scoring, this is a submission challenge. We're looking for submission hunters. We're not looking for positional dominance or points or any of that. We're looking for straight action, and you will see our referee help push that pace.
Guys, tonight we have a very exciting match in the 165-pound no-gi title match featuring Ben Butters representing the base Idaho. He's going up against Andrew Cruz. He's representing Straight Blast Gym. He's also a local MMA champion here. The crowd is extremely excited to see these guys go at it. What about you, Dave?
Super excited. Also excited for the ladies' match tonight. Excited to see Jess versus Kimberly. And you know what? We need this place to get super loud. So before we kick things off tonight, I want to hear you guys. Y'all ready? Let's go! Welcome to the Northwest Submission Challenge live from the Egyptian Theater. My name is David Dickman, along here with
Joel Bowie. Guys, we're very excited to be here. This is going to be an exciting night of gi and no-gi action. Here we go with our first match here.
my boy Mike.
We've got,
enough.
What is it, Nate
Not good
Steele.
enough. Oh, baby! We'll get there. We'll get there. I'll allow it for now. How y'all doing tonight? All right. All right. Listen up, everybody. We have a stellar card for you tonight. 15 fights, 2 championship bouts, 1 male, 1 female. I just want a little bit from the crowd right now. I just want to hear a little bit of, are you ready? I said, are you ready? I got a new look tonight, glasses. Don't make fun of me, I'm old as hell, but I'm getting after it. Our first fight is gonna come with words from our sponsor. The Perigee Group has been with us from the beginning. An outstanding builder here in Boise, general contractors specializing in medical, retail, and commercial construction. See their projects going up all through the Treasure Valley, including their newest project right here in downtown Boise. The Perigee Group, look them up for all of your construction needs. Let's get down to business, everybody. Who's ready? This is like my 4 to 6 year old kid class parents right now. Let's go, team. I need more. I need more. Fight number 1. 225 pounds of no nonsense blue belt, no gi, baby. Let's hear it. Hailing out of the blue corner, weighing in at 222 pounds of danger, baby. His name is, anybody think? Riley Bruce, and he's from Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu. Give it up, let's go!
Riley Bruce coming out of Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu. Tough school.
Man, good jiu-jitsu coming out of there, too.
Yeah.
Copperhead made a big debut during the Absolute Tournament, and I think that I'm curious to see how, because Copperhead is their head black belt, Logan Skinner, is not 222 pounds, a little bit lighter. So we'll see how that translates.
Yeah, it's
in the red corner, his opponent weighing in at 218 pounds from the base jiu-jitsu. Give it up, the base. His name is Nathan Steele.
So we got Nate coming out of the base. His coach is the main event tonight. So I know they've probably been putting in some rounds together. Coach helping him out to get ready for this thing. So.
And there he is. There's Ben, main event, sitting there coaching. These some big boys.
Yeah.
Not so tall, but they're thick. Look at that. Oh!
That's some arms.
Nate Steele, dude.
Yeah, Nate Steele came in at 218, pretty shredded, and Riley Bruce actually weighed 222.
This could be a good match. A lot of muscle. Starting off no gi. This is exciting. Heel hooks are in play, ladies and gentlemen. Reaping all that business. Hip locks, Z-locks. We're golden.
Everything but spine locks, he said.
No jumping guard. No spine locks. So we won't be seeing any twisters today. But we will see some twisting of the knees.
Okay, they come up in there clinching pretty good. Classic big guy, classic clinch there.
Just curious to see, like, when we first start out, it's like, who's got head posture? Oh, double unders. Oh, that's a great.
Yeah, little body lock takedown there. Riley Bruce on top, looking to pass the half guard. He's got his right leg stuck in there, but he does have the underhook. That's usually a good sign for the passer.
Nate's still trying to get back to guard. Oh, switching sides.
Yeah, a lot of close passing here. He's dealing with one leg there.
What's the importance of the head position here?
Well, for the guy on top, he needs to make sure that he's pushing that head under the chin. That's where I like to have it. You want to control the hips and you want to control the head and shoulder area. If you leave one of those free, the guy's going to find room to wiggle, especially without the gi. And now we turned it into a wrestling match. And he was able to come up and get a takedown himself with a guard pass there.
The importance of scoring here, and it's like, as you're watching, it's not just positional dominance. It's not just like IBJJFs. It's like legitimate submission challenge. So we're actually looking for legitimate submission attempts, which are pretty close to one here.
Yeah, so I would say Darce, Anaconda, Armin, guillotines. Now it's all gone. Now they're back to the standing position. Good little overhook game. As we approach that 3-minute marker, you're going to see these big guys. You start to see them breathe a little heavier.
Not me, bro. I would be happy.
It's just like,
it's pulling guard?
Yeah,
okay.
That's interesting. A little butterfly guard pull.
Just kind of letting him pass.
It seemed like he just kind of let him go there.
Okay.
Oh, he's back in the butterfly. I got a half guard now. He's pretty flat on his back. When you're flat on the back, not a lot's going to happen, especially from the half guard. He wants to try to get an underhook here. If he can get the underhook or use the frame a little more effectively, he can get on his side. Now his guard is passed. Riley going for a footlock attempt for a second. I don't know if the judges are going to count that. That was pretty quick.
Yeah, that wasn't legitimate. Just grabbed an ankle.
Just grabbed it real quick.
I wouldn't say nobody's tapping an ankle, but
yeah, that's a big ankle. That's a big ankle.
Yeah.
David Gorham's our ref here tonight, guys. He's ready for action. He's right in there. Great referee, great competitor.
Yeah, fantastic referee. We're lucky to have him.
Here we go.
Back.
Now he's going for a straight ankle lock, belly down straight ankle lock.
Almost was a tap. It looked like it, didn't it?
The heel is in the butt, and now he's going to dig it in there a little deeper and push. That's the way to do it.
Go for the knee bar.
Heel in the hole there. Okay, looks like he's going to give it up. He's going to get out of it. Now, again, we have Riley Bruce on top controlling. 2 minutes left, guys.
It's interesting. He's framing, out, but grabbing. Trying to see what he's trying to do here.
I think the guy on top. There's a heel hook attempt. Good defense.
Okay, so that's legitimate.
That's legit for sure. He had to roll out of it. Now he's on top. He looks like he's going to lose it. So positionally, I would say Riley, he's doing better in the match. But that last attempt, I feel like it was the only submission attempt.
Yeah, it was the most legitimate one for sure. And we're gonna score that the most. So that's a legitimate submission attempt. I don't think that ankle lock was worth scoring.
Nope.
And so where we look at legitimate submission attempts, no matter what happens on the other side, we score that above. That's what our judges are looking at. Also, our judges are black belt competitors, and they are looking for the action. Oh, trapping that arm.
He's escaping the back, but he's going to go to the mount instead.
You get the head and arm, and we punch that through.
Yeah, you can kind of see 55 seconds left here. These guys are starting to fade a little bit. Still a little leg entanglement. Almost seems like he's going to go for that heel hook. There it is. One more bite on it. And now we have 2 leg lock attempts.
First of all, I should have said this, but how adorable is it that they're matching?
Way to represent We Defy, guys. We Defy.
It's pretty cool. It's almost like there's a uniform.
Yeah.
Oh, man, they're breathing heavy. Dude, these guys are strong.
25 seconds left, right? And it really is kind of like, who's going to get this? I mean, I would say that the heel hook attempt was the best submission, but he's been getting dominated positionally.
Yeah. Well, there's 2 heel hook attempts.
Yeah.
I would say
the second one was
legitimate.
Yeah. You got to give it to the guy going for the leg locks, I guess. Now we have outside control from Riley Bruce. Good dominance on top. In my mind, if he were able to get a good submission attempt right now, it would be a guaranteed lock-in, but we're approaching 10 seconds.
Do the big guy jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Get the Americana from there. Americana from side control. God forbid a big guy have a hobby, you know?
And that's it.
All right.
That's it. What do you think, Dave?
Well, if it were up to me.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Let them hear it.
The heel hooks take it.
I really do think it's hard to call. That one really was hard to call. There was a lot of dominance on positionally from Riley Bruce.
They look the same. They're dressed the same. It's hard. You have to look at the angle.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's going to win. I can't see it.
Dave.
Blue is the winner.
And we gave it to the guy with the positional dominance. I just think it was so much of the fight. It's hard to give it to the guy that just kind of went for one heel hook. But like I said, it was hard to call.
That is hard to call. Let's be on record to say, I think the heel hook submissions were a little bit more
Give it
on
up
that
for
side.
Riley Bruce.
But let's hear it from them. And Riley Bruce, positional dominance. Congratulations, sir.
Riley, well done. That was guerrilla warfare if I've ever seen it. Holy cow, what have you been eating? Tell me a little bit about how you thought that match went.
Well, Nate's a huge guy. If you haven't paid attention to post, I look tiny.
Sure he does.
Yeah, besides my 6-pound mustache that I get from my grandpa, just for my wife, my family, for God, and for my future son, Ellis.
Let's hear it. Congratulations.
That's cool. Congratulations to Riley Bruce.
Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu came all this way and made it happen.
Where is that? Where's Copperhead at?
Eugene, Oregon, I believe. I could be wrong.
That was like 2 semis crashing into each other. All right, team, how do we feel about that fight? Good warm-up, right? Good warm-up, right? Let me talk to you a little bit about Salt Electrolytes. They've been an excellent sponsor. I, for one, am a huge fan. I've been using Salt Electrolytes for about 6 months now. I feel great every time I indulge after training. They developed the ultimate electrolyte blend that meets your body's needs and contains only the best and realest ingredients and has a perfect real fruit flavor. Please go see them at the booth in the lobby. That is Salt electrolytes.
Dave, you ever have salt
Fight number
electrolytes?
2.
Not their specific one.
It's
pretty good.
Pretty
good.
Monstrous, beefy, hot man.
Okay, Mike.
All right, beefy.
Sounds so different in here. This is a no-gi fight at the blue belt level. We're gonna start out in the blue corner, hailing from JG Academy, weighing in at 177.4 pounds. My man, Landon Hairgrove.
He's so good. Mike Thomas, our announcer, he brings the energy to the crowd. If you haven't bought tickets and seen this to Northwest Submission Challenge, it's worth traveling if you're out of town, if you're in town to make it. And if you're at home watching, then hello, welcome. We appreciate you watching.
Some of the best fighters in the Northwest. But Mike Thomas, I mean, having Mike out there is kind of why I came. I got to see this guy get fired up out there on the mic.
Oh, he smiles so much. I love seeing him out there. It's the best.
So Brody Stevenson, he's coming out of the Egley Train Boise, and Landon Hairgrove's JG Academy.
His competitor in the red corner, weighing in at 183 pounds from Egley Train Boise. Give it up for Brody Stevenson!
Leg lock specialist.
This dude is dangerous.
Brody
on the
Stevenson
legs.
on the legs, huh? It's interesting. I always wonder how these matches are going to go. And, you know, JG Academy, they're one of the only academies here in Idaho that really represent that ecological style of training. So every time they compete, I'm interested to see how it goes, because it's such a new thing to the sport of jiu-jitsu, and it's just interesting. I know Brody Stevenson, he comes from a real hard school, real good coaches, very good no-gi.
It's interesting because Brody is representing Egley Train Boise, but he trains at System Jiu-Jitsu. Both System Jiu-Jitsu and JG are both purely ecological training. And if you're in the jiu-jitsu world, you've heard about eco. Whether you like it or not, that's not the discussion for tonight. What we're looking at is who is a better person at 185 at blue belt, and Brody Stevenson is no slouch when it comes to competing. Look how composed he is.
Yeah, he's very forward, ready to go, calm breathing.
There he is. He's going to pull.
Okay, he's pulled to a butterfly guard, went to a little shoulder crunch, immediately swept.
Sweeping means nothing here, and Brody's actually way more dangerous on the bottom. So it's going to be really exciting to see his passing because he trains everywhere. He's got System shorts there. By the way, System folks, shout out. You guys are great.
He's got the closed guard, and he's been elevated. A lot of times those guys will go into the K guard there. Okay, straight ankle lock, classic straight ankle lock. About as classic as you can get.
And he's nasty with them, too.
Yeah.
He's grabbing the heel now.
What Hairgrove wants to do is separate those legs and try to come up on top.
He's back
stepping. It's possible. It's possible he's going to roll through.
Come through.
Backside 50-50. Yep,
there it is.
He got it. He got it. He popped it, I think.
We did get him. That's brilliant.
Wow, fast and furious, guys.
Dude, that back step 50-50 is dangerous.
Yeah, once it's tight, it's breaking, man.
By heel hook, Brody Stevenson.
You know, when Yair Rodriguez got BJ Penn with that one, I think that's when the whole world started to wake up to that backside 50-50.
Yeah. God, what a match.
Well done, sir.
Landon
Was there anything you
Hairgrove,
didn't
tough
expect
guy.
to happen tonight that happened?
No, I expected it to go that way.
Tell me a little bit about how you prepared for this week.
I've been competing a lot, traveling around Texas, California, Oregon, so definitely worked hard for this, and yeah.
Anybody you'd like to thank?
The dudes at System, my team at Egley, my parents, all my training partners. Yeah, thank you guys.
Humble, I love it.
Guys, give it up.
Yeah.
Brody Stevenson.
Mad respect.
Yeah, tough guy, serious, straight to the point, and came out there and got the job done. That was a nice heel hook by
this is just going a little
Landon
too
Hairgrove.
fast for me. I wait for 6 months for this night. I don't know about you guys, but this is like jiu-jitsu Christmas for me. How you guys feeling so far? We getting a little more warmed up? Now we're talking. This is closer to like my 7 to 9-year-old class's parents. You guys are going to get there eventually, I promise. All right, let me talk to you about our next sponsor, Athletes by nature. No minimums. Same day fulfillment. Color, direct garment printing, embroidery, screen printing, full sublimation. Let's create together. Athletes by nature. Who is ready for the next fight? Fight number 3 on our card tonight. 165 pounds. Another no-gi match at the blue belt level. In the blue corner, hailing from 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 163.8 pounds, Elijah Carsten.
I tried to look up Elijah. His smooth comp profile is private. He's one of those.
I wonder what 10th planet he's from, you know. There's so many of them. It really does make a difference. If you're over there in LA training with Eddie, you got the master to your disposal there. And at 165 pounds, that's right around Eddie Bravo's weight class. I've done some hard rounds with Eddie Bravo myself, and the lockdown game is no joke. If this guy's going to play the lockdown game, the rubber guard game, the twister game, the other guy needs to be ready.
The red corner from Egley, train Boise, weighing in at 162 pounds. Give it up for Casey Richards.
Casey Richards, no slouch.
Another Egley trained Boise fighter coming out here. And fighting the 10th Planet specialist. You know, with those 10th Planet guys, it's basically the lockdown game, the rubber guard, and the twister game, you know, that whole rolling truck game. It's like if you don't train that at your school and you run into that,
yeah, it's a problem.
It's just like a brand new material. You know, you don't even know where you're at. And there's plenty of schools that they neglect those 3 pieces of the puzzle. That's not going to be something you want to do with Elijah Carson's. You don't want to get caught in a lockdown or rubber guard or the truck.
I'm trying to read what 10th Planet that
says.
Like West Cordova.
Eugene. That's my hometown, by the way, guys. That's where I started jiu-jitsu.
Oh, comes in. Oh, okay, so he's flexible
he went
from 10th
right
Planet.
away. Yeah. Right away to the guard, and you can already see the flexibility. Once that left leg comes out of there, he's in a triangle. So hopefully he can control that. Good. He's got his knee in there to stop that. Triangle is locked. The triangle is locked. Now he's doing a classic sit back, you know, throwing the leg over like Hoyler did against Eddie. It didn't work out so well. Yeah, the squeeze is going to get worse and worse, and if you don't protect your arm in that triangle, you're going to get arm barred at the same time you're being choked. He's on his knees, so he doesn't need to worry about getting smashed. A lot of times, you know, you're going to see that pressure. You're going to see that forearm on the neck. It kind of just depends on which triangle defense you want to do. There's a few that are very effective and very different.
Seems like his head's slowly coming out.
Like I would think he'd want to pull that knee to the ground and do the Hodger.
That's why. So he's doing the wrestler defense, but then his arm's kind of coming out.
See, he could just pull that arm, like I said.
There it is. So now he's putting pressure down.
Yeah.
He's trying to stack him.
You know, one thing we do at my school is we try to pop the elbow that way, so instead of an armbar, it's an Americana.
Yeah.
The triangle is looking like it's loosening a little, but at the same time, he's going back into it now. He's deep. He's locked into a triangle. So, you know, if I'm Carson's, I'm thinking now's my time to finish. You know, the only other thing that's going to happen is your legs are going to get tired. You're going to let it go, and then the guy's going to start to build momentum. You lock a fully locked triangle, you're basically on third base, man. There it goes. Fight's over.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Didn't even have the angle, really.
I think it was like, you know when you're in a triangle for 2 minutes and you're like you're thinking about tapping and you're thinking about not tapping. It's like
winner by submission.
You can get suffocated.
From 10th Planet, Elijah Carsten.
I want to see you back, Elijah. Great work,
West
brother.
Eugene.
Great work,
over there by Churchill High School, University 10th Planet. You know who else is right over there by those guys' school is Lucas Barbosa and Atos.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Tighter than a Wi-Fi budget at a Motel 6. Tell me a little bit about how you thought that went.
That went pretty well.
I still have to watch it back, see how it goes. The adrenaline's pumping, but I just want to say thank you to my dad and thank you to West Coast Smoke, his food truck, for sponsoring me to come out here. He's starting that up. Thank you to my professor, Jose Rico, for preparing me for this. Thank you to my other coaches, Josh Conley, Brian Walters, and Ginnick Chavez. Thank you to all my training partners for pushing me, and thank you to you guys for putting on a dope event.
Absolutely.
Oh, well
Give
said.
it up, everybody, for Elijah Carson.
Very respectful, Elijah
Oh, yeah,
Carson.
dude. Brother, come back.
Very likable guy, yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude. I'm a fan.
Yeah, me too. Now we're moving on to the purple belts, Dave.
Ooh-wee.
You know, this
Our first
next
female
match, I think it's not only is it going to be the
Nasty
first
business
female,
there,
it's going to be a
guys.
banger, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fight number 4 of the night. I'm feeling myself. Be careful. Careful. I love you, brother. This fight is brought to you by Emerge Wellness. Very nice. They are out in the lobby. Whether you're an athlete aiming for peak performance, recovering from life's demands, or simply striving to feel your best, which I know we all are, their carefully curated menu is designed to meet your unique needs, empowering you on your journey to health and recovery. Check them out in the lobby. They also have hormone therapy. Anybody 40 plus, I know you feel me. We need them hormones. Fight number 4 steps us into the purple belt rankings. Let's give it up, baby, for the 145-pound fighters. This is a no-gi match. In the blue corner, from Vibe Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 142.4 pounds of mean green East Idaho fighting machine, Sam Ferguson!
Sam Ferguson representing Vibe Jiu-Jitsu, you guys. Purple belt, females, first of the night.
Yeah, by the way, if you're looking for the card and you're watching this online, what I found is really helpful is just go to Instagram, type in NW Sub Challenge on Instagram. That's a handle. And you can see the card there. You can see the weigh-in photos. The stories today have been really great. So you can see the weigh-in, all that information, which is really helpful for the card to kind of see what we're seeing here going in there. We'll tell you the weight. We'll tell you if it's egregious, but all of these are real close.
Her opponent in the red corner, weighing in at 144.6 pounds, hailing from 208 Jiu-Jitsu.
A lot of 208 people here tonight.
Always, dude.
They get those tickets right away.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I love to see it.
Sam and Mel
We
are
all
doing a
love
great,
you.
great
You
thing
guys
over
are
there.
wonderful.
They're great people.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Calm down.
Some of my favorite people here in Idaho. When we first moved here, we were able to
We
kind
got
of make friends
Danielle
with those guys. Solid people.
Hinds.
Danielle Hinds, I've done a little training with her, and what a great person, her and her whole family. Every time we've gone to their academy, she's been very helpful, respectful, and just an overall great person. And in the gi, this might be one of the top girls at purple belt at her age and her weight in the whole world right now. Danielle Hinds has got a very good record.
Also, when I think of natural athlete, Danielle Hinds one of those people.
Yeah, Sam Ferguson, I think, has some good wrestling, though, I've heard. So I'm interested to see if she's going to go for the takedown or if she's going to kind of wear heavy on the back of the head. A lot of times you get that collar tie.
There's a heavy head right there.
Yeah, I wonder, if Danielle's going to pull her, she's going to wrestle it out for a little bit.
Just see how heavy the neck gets, right?
Yeah. Sam's doing a pretty good job of making sure that head is lower than hers, which is kind of a rule in wrestling. Try to get above your opponent's head. She's got a strong underhook with the right arm, but Danielle's using the overhook pretty strong herself. Is she going for a step across throw?
Ooh.
Yeah, interesting that she got
wow,
that.
straight to mount.
Yeah, we got kind of an awkward, almost mounted, the foot still inside. There we go. There's the full mount. Yeah, so it's all going to kind of come down to, can she escape this right now, right here, right now, because we're fresh.
That was a really well-timed stop, by the way, by a ref.
Yeah.
Like, he waited for it. Like, that was really good.
Good work, David. He's focused. So you can see the leg hooks underneath and the hip pressure, the tight squeeze of the mount. She's got her right arm around the head, and I always see Danielle do so good at going to the back that in my mind she's probably going to do this. She's going to get that gift wrap, transition to the back, and get a rear naked choke. I've seen her do it many times.
Oh, when you're at 208 and you're training, it's super fun. Whenever you get a gift wrap or someone yells, gift wrap.
Is that right?
Yeah, so you're doing a roll,
Like
and all of a sudden
bell.
someone yells, gift wrap, and everyone goes, oh! It's such a fun environment. It's super cool.
It's pretty cool school over there. So now we have
is she gonna
a
underhook that
full
arm
back
and go
take.
for the arm? She's on the.
I
Do you
think
say
she's-
weak side, strong side when you're back?
I
Is
do.
that- okay,
I
I'm the
say
same
that.
way.
Yeah. Right now she's right there in the middle, so she's going towards the weak side, right? She's going to trap the arm.
Yeah, it's just like a straight jacket type system.
She's
right?
not really using that straight jacket system. She kind of just
Shouldn't
threw the
have
leg
done that.
over, you know? But if she does throw it over and trap it, it's trapped regardless. Yeah, what Sam wants to do is really focus on the arm that's going to choke her. If she can bring that arm to the other side of her head, she could plant herself on the ground and then force a different position, negating that rear naked choke. The longer she's here, the more likely she will get rear naked choked. It's just the back position.
It's so hard trying to fight the arms at the same time, trying to get your hips square to the mat.
And wouldn't you say that, like, the rear naked choke is kind of like the home run of jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, or the the
Cross
only
collar
thing is,
choke
I would say
from the
that the flying bow and arrow from Turtle is the home run. That to me is that you can't do it in
sit up,
no-gi.
bump sweep,
Yeah.
classic. Okay, you know what? That's pretty good on Sam's end that she escaped the mount. Not only did she escape some submission attempts, she escaped a really bad position. Now she's back on top where she wants to be. 3 minutes left. What she needs to do is find a way to pass the guard. Easier said than done.
Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. People are used to IBJJF or ADCC rules. These are Northwest Submission Challenge rules where this is like sub only. So we don't care really about positional dominance. Whenever there is a legitimate submission attempt, that's what the judges are looking for, and that's what we keep harping on.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to look at. Legitimate submission attempts.
Whenever I see the wrestler on top, though, I feel like their chance of winning is a little bit better than when they're on the bottom. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like to see her kind of move from side to side right now. Her
She
head's
needs
down, no posture.
She definitely needs to pass. You know, it's the only way she's going to have a chance at winning is if she figures out a way to pass. Now, I've seen Danielle kind of go for that sit-up bump sweep position like this again, where you can hit a guillotine or a Kimura or a bump sweep, and this will be the third time. So I'm curious if she's going to switch it up. Maybe go for a pendulum sweep. Maybe go for the rubber guard, the shoulder crunch, a different style of guard attack. Without the gi, you know, you are a little bit more limited.
Danielle's trying to trap one of those shoulders in, trying to climb up.
Yep.
I'd like to see Sam kind of get some posture here, post on the sternum, get her posture up.
There's an arm lock coming, I feel like, if she gets that right leg up. The thing about wrestlers is that it should be very hard to sweep them. That's the one thing they're coming in with. They don't want to go backwards and fall back. It's built in. So that should be hard to do, whether you can do it or not. If you can get them on their back, it's most likely that they're going to make a mistake due to a lack of patience.
Okay, so we got opened up.
She passed
possible
one
legs.
side. She passed to the half guard. And she has real heavy shoulder pressure on the head, which is exactly what I would be telling her to do.
You telling her to hurry up too?
Real hard shoulder pressure right here with the head.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And that should open up the pass. She gets that leg over to a mount, you're going to see her get pretty fired up. You're going to see the crowd get fired up, and that's going to ignite a little bit of that adrenaline.
If you're Sam Ferguson's coach, if she's on top, how worried are you about not enough time to get this done?
Yeah, you know, to be honest, I was really worried she was going to get finished there. So I'm thinking, like, we're doing better. We're doing better.
We're advancing.
You know what I mean? We need to get past those legs. So the end of the fight, I was past your guard, and I was attacking. And that's exactly what she's trying to do. Danielle's just doing such a good job at not letting that pass happen. Her butt's so much higher than her head, she's going to get rolled. Okay, she's bringing the balance back. You got a good reverse De La Hiva, a little no-gi reverse De La Hiva. You could easily get that waiter sweep, huh?
She's trying.
She got to get that underhook.
Yeah. Back step out of there.
Wow, Sam passed the guard.
That says something.
I got to give her some props on that. I got to give her some props.
Step right back in, though.
Back in the half guard. It's like a little Randy Couture style there. No punches, though, so. You know what? I think Danielle will get this, but I got to say, Sam Ferguson survived some tough spots.
Wow.
Excellent fight, ladies.
That was excellent.
Excellent fight.
Mad respect to both of them. That was fantastic. I'd like
Judges,
that to go more.
Your decision. Red corner, 208 Jiu-Jitsu and Danielle
Yep, that's what I thought.
Hinds.
Danielle Hinds with the win, you guys. 208 Jiu-Jitsu in the house. How many of those suits do you think Mike has?
That's probably his second one.
He got the red and the blue.
I think, yeah, red and blue.
Give it up for Danielle Hinds.
She got her whole squad there represented.
Yeah, I wish more 208 people, I'm being sarcastic, more 208
Danielle,
people showed up.
congratulations on an incredible win. That was some very, very high-level defense that both of you played. Tell me your thoughts on the fight.
She's strong. Yeah, she's really good. I know she just got promoted and she gave a good fight, so nice job, Sam.
We can all agree with that. Isn't that right, Northwest Submission Challenge?
Danielle wins so much, and she's always so
Was
humble.
there anything that surprised you about tonight's fight?
I don't think so. She seemed like she was going to come in strong like that, and she did. And luckily, I have a really good team here, 208, so I was ready.
Nobody can argue with that. Congratulations. Please compete again. Excellent work.
Yeah, what a great fight to start off the first women's fight of the night. That was great. I was very entertained. Now we're going to move on to the next one.
Are you guys having a good night? Listen, I'm trying to blow the back out of this microphone, and you guys aren't helping me. Are you having a good night?
There we go.
Maybe y'all just don't love jiu-jitsu as much as I do, but I'm going to keep turning it up on y'all.
Please do.
Mike,
I do want to take one moment personally. I know a lot of you in this crowd, and I wanted to take a second to just remind you of the gratuity, the graciousness that you showed my family when my daughter was in a horrific accident in December. Some of my teammates came together and created a GoFundMe for my daughter who broke 8 ribs, broke her neck, shattered her hip, lacerated her spleen, collapsed her liver, broke her shoulder, and broke her thumb in a horrific accident in Eugene, Oregon. And I've never felt so much love as I did when all of you started pouring in donations to help my daughter recover. And she's gonna be state champion sprinter this year for Oregon.
Awesome,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Awesome, Mike.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for all of you who know me and for all of you who don't, and you'll never know her most likely, but this is why we do jiu-jitsu, for the community, to make us tougher, to make us stand up in the face of diversity. Am I right? My heartfelt gratitude. She's at prom tonight.
Wow.
And she wouldn't be here without excellent doctors and a lot of your guys' gratuity. Thank you so much.
Wow.
What an amazing guy, Mike.
That was hard. I didn't know if I would get through that.
Good job, Mike.
Fight number 5 brought to you tonight by Earthcraft Construction. As a custom designer and builder based in Idaho for over 40 years, we build Idaho's sustainable structures, and sometimes they do it with hay. We're gonna have to check that out, everybody. Please look them up, Earthcraft Construction. Fight number 5 in the 225-pound gi division, purple belt fighters. Let's give it up for our first fighter in the blue corner, hailing from the base in Meridian, Idaho, weighing in at 221 pounds of fury, baby. His name is Connor Rush.
Connor Rush representing the base.
Cool-wee.
Again, Connor's coach is the main event tonight, so you know they've been putting in rounds together.
And you should see how jacked my boy looks right here. Not my boy, I never met him, but he looks so good. Look on Instagram, the weigh-in photos.
Oh, we got the big boys.
Woo! Connor Rush.
221 this guy weighed in at.
I'm 225 right now, and he looks bigger than I am.
Yeah, and we saw the 220ers go earlier in the night, Dave, with the no gi.
Yeah.
But you know just as well as I do, when they put the gi on and they have those pulling grips, it changes everything.
His competitor, coming from Adamson Brothers Jiu-Jitsu, in the red corner, weighing in at 222.8 pounds, Gus Kanas!
Adamson Brothers, they're coming out of the coast in Oregon. You know, they're Rafael Lovato disciples.
Are they really?
Yes, black belts under Rafael Lovato, and they're very technical, so you know the grips are going to be perfect with the gi. You can think cross chokes, you can think old school perfect jiu-jitsu with anybody representing anything to do with Rafael Lovato.
Was it his dad that started over there, or was it Rafael?
Started over where? Because on the coast, it's the Adamson's brothers, and they're black belts under Lovato.
Okay.
So I think they were in Oklahoma for a little while training with him.
Oh, got it. I always think Lovato's dad, right, who started him in.
Yeah. Rafael Lovato Sr.
Yeah.
Cool guy. Oh, we went for a guard pull, which you don't see right away from the big guys a lot.
I do. Pulling half.
He got a left hand in the cross collar.
It's interesting.
Yep, he's pulling half.
Is he going to go into deep?
But I would say that with the big guys, if they do play guard, you see a little bit more half guard.
Is he going to go into a?
I don't know about that.
What? I don't know.
Well, it was almost like he got Craig Jones on him for a second.
It was octopus guard.
Now we have.
It was almost like an octopus guard entry, but
it was exactly that. We have Gus on top now, and he's got an underhook with the right hand. Both knees are on the ground, so he's not going to be doing any passing until those knees come off the ground. Good. Connor's kind of attacking that far side. I don't know if he's going to look for the Kimura or the leg lock.
You can knee bar.
Purple belts can do knee bars, correct?
Yeah. You can. I don't know if you'd risk it, though. You're just exposing your back.
When you go to the IBJJF, the purple belts are not allowed to do the knee bars.
Sadly, or toe folds.
Yeah, so it's definitely a unique event. Okay, we got a little single leg X action on the – it's usually on the other leg, so I always call it the alternate leg. But if you're a lefty, this could just be your side. Yeah, a little weave pass going for Connor.
Can't let that grip happen from the top.
Yeah.
You got to let go. That grip's death.
You know, the thing about staying on your knees is that you're not going to pass. So you're just giving the guy time to work stuff. The only way he's going to pass is if somehow one of those knees comes off the ground. Even if it's for a second, it has to come off the ground.
Now he's got him flat on his back.
Yeah.
That was interesting. You kind of lifted him up and then just kind of stood straight up. And
he's doing that. He's going for like octopus-style escapes. Like almost like he's kind of goes for the Kimura, and then he tries to go to octopus off of that.
As a big guy, it's a trap when you get octopus because you could just like manhandle some people that are smaller than you in the gym.
Yeah.
And so
you think you're good.
Yeah, you think you're good. And I tried doing something like that. My coach is like, "Stop it, dude. You suck at it."
So these guys that are from Lovato, typically, if they get the grip on that Kimura, which you can see he's thinking about, if he gets that right hand on that wrist and he locks that Kimura, it's usually that's their move.
It's over.
That's their position.
It's over.
Their coach knows a lot about that position, I would say.
He's got really good top control here.
Yep.
He's trying to.
Yep. I will give it to old Connor. He's not staying flat for too long.
No, he's creating a lot of movement and opportunities. I just think he's just, yeah.
He's just got 225 on top of him.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, it is interesting how people approach the top half guard because there is a lot of things you can do, so it's just interesting. He kind of keeps throwing the left hand over the top of the head as if he's going to go for an arm lock or a back step pass. Good shoulder pressure, and I do think he's going to pass off of this if
there it is.
Connor doesn't get his head underneath.
He's pummeling his leg in. Oh,
Connor's got a pretty good half guard, man, for the big guy.
Yeah, he's got a deep half grabbing the grip. That's interesting.
You see that little lapel feed he was doing?
Yeah.
Okay, Connor's got an underhook and a half guard.
Looks like he's trying to get the deep half.
It does look like he's going for deep half, maybe going to go for a knee bar.
He's trying to get the butterfly hook in. Is he going to single leg X? Is that what he's
on
trying
the other
to do?
side?
He
Yeah,
keeps trying to
he
go
keeps
there.
doing the single leg X on that side, and you rarely see that.
So then I ask, what then? So he gets that in. Does he go into X? Is he just gonna?
Based on what I'm looking at, I do feel like he has it in his head he's going to get the leg.
Okay. But he got past.
Now I think we're going to look for an octopus escape is what he's been doing. So if he can get that left hand out of there into the other side of the arm, he's going to start turning sideways. He's going to start acting like he's standing up and look for leverage. Okay, we got a full mount from Kanas. Gus Kanas in full mount. Dominant position. The only thing left to do from here is to submit.
These guys are big. They're strong.
Yeah, Gus is turning so much that I feel like he's going to get his back taken. Americana grip. Straight inverted arm lock coming.
It's gonna get. It's hard to do it. Hard to do it with
big guys. Big guys ain't tapping quick. I'll tell you that.
You see more Ben switch. Go to. You bring his knee up too and trap that arm.
I gotta say, defensively, and that's not gonna win the match tonight. But defensively, Rush, he's doing pretty dang good.
He is. We're looking at Taxo.
I keep thinking the guy's going to get out of that, and he just keeps threading it back. But I have to say, as far as going for the finish, you have to give it to Kanas.
Yeah, absolutely. He's on top. He's
that's the multiple. Yeah, he's gone for arm locks. He's tried to get dominant positions.
You just gotta. I watch this and I'm like, man, how freaking strong is Connor?
Yeah,
he's freaking strong.
Yeah. Backstep that leg out of there.
This goes to 3/4 guard.
We're down to 20 seconds left, and I'm sure the coach is screaming that at him. So
try and go your legs. Try and go for the back. The fancy back take. Have you done that from 3/4?
Yeah, one of my kids got it today at the tournament.
Really?
Yeah, rolling back take
awesome.
from quarter guard. Yeah, I think it was a good roll. But I think you kind of have to give it to Gus.
Give it up, everybody. What a match. Fix your geese, tie your belts.
A couple of big boys representing for their schools.
Judges, your decision, please.
Let's see who they're going to give it to, guys. Yeah.
Gus Kanas!
Oregon in the house. Gus Kanas representing Adamson Brothers Jiu-Jitsu. I believe that's Newport, Oregon. I know they're on the coast. Great school, great team. And guys, the next fight coming up is Anthony Rich versus Jaden Davis. Going to be a good purple belt, smaller guys. Going to be some serious action.
Gus, very dominant tonight. Maybe it's the mustache. Maybe it's those John Travolta hips. I'm not really sure. Either way, take it easy because my wife's in the crowd. Tell me a little bit about how you thought the fight went tonight.
You know, when I saw that man, I realized he was a brick house. I guess tonight I'm the Kool-Aid man.
Give it up, baby. Guys got jokes after 6 minutes of thunder. What's that? 2,450 feet.
That's why I'm from the coast.
We got a coastie on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out.
The elevation
How
does
did you
play a
prepare for
big
this
factor
fight?
in training.
Just
for
training all
those
the
that
time. I
don't
got my
train.
grappling dummy, Alfredo. I fucking hit arm bars on him. Stuff like that.
The only Alfredo I know is a white sauce that goes on my pasta. I gotta have to meet this guy. Right on, man. Anything surprise you about tonight?
Nah, I knew he was going to be strong. When I got to look at him, I knew he was a strong boy. So he pulled guard. I was kind of glad I didn't have to wrestle with him. I could just get the position I wanted all along. So I'll take it.
Give it up for Gus Kanas.
Gus Kanas representing Adamson Brothers Jiu-Jitsu. Great game. Good job, Gus. The next fight will be Anthony Rich versus Jaden Davis.
All right, team.
150.
Our next
5-pounder.
very
65.
important sponsor is Achilles Fitness Institute. I have recently reached out to these people and got a great response. They're very attentive. They are, well, let me put it to you like this. They want you to feel your best. They focus on your care with expert guidance from doctors of physical therapy. They truly understand the demands of the various sports and athletes that they treat. You will be immersed in rehabilitation that takes you from pain and injury, unless you're a 45-year-old purple belt like me, to performing your activities better than ever before. Get your injury screening appointment out in the lobby. Up next, fight number 6 of the night. We're going back to no-gi. By the way, how do we feel in this crowd? No-gi? Pajamas. No-gi? Pajamas. I'd say pajamas have it. In the blue corner, hailing from the base Meridian, weighing in at 165.4 pounds, his name is Jaden Davis.
Another representative from the base, Idaho.
And no stranger to the Northwest Submission Challenge. Exciting competitor. He's done a loop choke in the gi.
Strong legs the boy got.
Used to wrestle in high school, at Capitol High School.
Yeah. It looks like he's ready to go. You know, Anthony Rich, I just sent one of my toughest guys to fight him in a super fight over at Egley, and it went to a draw. And this is one of my best guys. And Anthony, you know, he
Who
almost caught him
doesn't
in a
get
heel
fired
hook.
up listening to that song? Old Fred Durst, man. He's going to be in a wheelchair and still getting me lit up to 80%. His opponent in the red corner from Egley, Train, Boise, weighing in at 157.2 pounds. Give it up for Anthony Rich.
Yeah, Anthony, he has a really good, you know, he's good everywhere, but I really do think he's going to have a good chance of getting him in the guard and going for a leg lock. He can go from the single leg X to the saddle in multiple different ways, and he's got Mike Egley in his corner every step of the way.
He also has no quit in him. Both of them don't. They have 0 quit in them, either one. This is one of the top 3 matches I'm excited for. I'm just going to sit back and watch. As a spectator here tonight, what you're about to watch, it's going to be fun.
When I look at Davis, I just think wrestling, just the way he's dressed and the way he kind of comes out.
Yeah, that's a high school wrestling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to get heavy-handed.
So when I think that these guys that wrestle extremely aggressively, you know, one of the main ways that they're going to lose is a twisting leg lock.
He's
And
been training. He's asked every single person. I just saw him at a wedding not too long ago.
Is that
And
right?
I talked to him, and he's like, I've been asking everybody. He'll hook me nonstop.
That's the way, man.
Yep.
That's the way.
So he's been really focused on this for months, almost half a year. He's been training specifically no-gi for it. And Anthony, one thing I know about Anthony Rich is that it's very, very hard to tap him out. He's pulling guard.
He's going in on the legs right away. So pretty much dragging that to a 50-50 position. He doesn't have the leg in a breaking spot yet. And the legs are shallow below the knee line, so he's going to get out of this. You can see both hands are off the legs. Anthony's okay. We got
Great job by Jaden. Get the knee
awkward
line
little. Okay, we're in the guard, armbar position. Wow, he just ripped him out of that. When I did the Metamoris Challenger, you were allowed to slam.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen a few guys get slammed unconscious off the armbar. We're on another leg lock, negated by Davis rather. Anthony on top with the underhook, looking to pass the side control. Okay, I think he's passed. He's got the right shoulder digging into the neck there. Classic side control, over under squeezing. We call it the super hug at my school. And he's transitioned to a quarter. He tried to mount. He got his leg caught. And now we're dealing with a quarter guard situation, folks. Just a little bit of that leg left in there. We call it the quarter guard. Looks like they're going to reset it.
It's a great reset.
Yep. Interesting to see how the wrestler is going to play half guard because there's a lot of wrestling opportunities and wrestle up opportunities off that. He's keeping the butterfly hook tucked in there. If that foot comes out, that's good for the guy on the bottom. If I was the coach, I'd be screaming at the guy on top, do not let the foot out. And it looks like he's going to attack on this side, but what he should be thinking is the pass on the other side.
Yeah, this is a standard like Nicky Rod body lock pass. He steps over there. He steps over. It's hard.
Now the Kimura lock could change things. He could change things.
Oh,
wow,
my
he got the
goodness,
back.
that's powerful
Exactly what
back
I was
take.
talking about, folks. Just one Kimura lock. You can wrap your whole legs around the body and change everything. He went from having his guard passed all the way to on the back just because of that Kimura grip. Anthony doing a good job at escaping. We're back in an open guard scenario. And it looks like he's going to backstep. I can't imagine him sitting back here, but I think he's going to try to kind of sink into that half guard and backstep that right leg out of there. He got a headlock, a little bit of a front headlock Dar situation. He needs to watch his base on top. And we're back to half guard.
So it's interesting to see what Anthony's going to do here. Anthony Risch on the bottom. Mm-hmm. Is he going to go underhook? Is he going to go toy bar from the cross? Like we haven't really seen him here in the bottom. So
it's such a crazy game putting the arm under there for deep half stuff. Okay, now he's defending a leg lock, switching to a toe hold, and the defense is on point. Now he's attacking. Anthony's trying to pull that into a 50-50.
Good defense.
Jaden defended, and he's out of everything.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Just jumped right into it.
Dropped right back into it. We really do have a guard player versus a wrestler kind of vibe going on here.
Some confidence coming out of.
Yeah, Anthony, I don't think he's not going to take him down, so he needs to get the submission from the bottom or sweep first for sure.
Jaden's got to watch out his knees almost.
Backside 50-50, and it's a little bit below the knee line. So I think Jaden, if he keeps that hand there.
Oh, here we go. Watch out for this inside heel hook.
You know, sometimes going for the foot, it's not the move to do. The move to do is to get out of there.
He's kicking
out. If
out.
I was Jaden, I'd be thinking get out, not attack. Just because Anthony, he's got a straight knee bar attempt here. It is a little shallow.
It is. He's kicking out.
Yep. You could switch to a back take or a hamstring slicer here if Anthony wanted to.
So what's legitimate there? What was the legitimate attack? Did we see anything?
I felt like they kind of just got out of a bunch of shallow attacks there.
Yeah, I think there was a shootout, but.
Yeah. As it approaches the end of the fight, and I feel like both guys have tried pretty hard, you know, it's almost like you have to think they're going to give it to the positionally dominant fighter, and now he's dropping back.
Now he sits back. We haven't seen that.
Now he's going back.
This is
Anthony's not going to tap on that.
No, he's not.
But it looks so good to the judges. But he could get toe hold himself if Anthony wants to. He's got 20 seconds left. He could make a toe hold grip on that right foot.
So he's got a legitimate attempt.
And he's going to go for the heel hook.
Be careful. Sits up.
We're down to the 10-second mark, and the guy on top, Jaden, I mean, he's got an opportunity to attack again if he wants. He could go for a Darce and Americana here. And that right there is going to could give him the match in my eyes. Just that. It was so easy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Jaden.
Judges, what is your decision?
Unanimous. Watch.
Yep. Blue corner, Jaden Davis by decision.
Amazing fight. You know, Jaden, he came in at 165 and Anthony was at 157, so there was a little weight on him there.
F yeah.
He takes his shirt off. I love it. I love it.
We're in Idaho, folks. We're
told
in Idaho.
you this is going to be a good match. That was a good match.
That was probably one of my favorite ones so far.
That was so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Congratulations, Jaden.
Watch this.
On those beautiful shorts. And also your win. Sorry, man.
so happy for him.
Jaden, congratulations on your win. Give it up real quick. That was a hell of a fight. Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on the fight.
Hey, man, you know, he's probably got me in technical ability and how long he's been training, but I knew he wasn't fucking meaner than me, I'll tell you what.
Take it easy. We got kids in the crowd.
I apologize. Yeah.
Much love, bud. Leading up to this fight, was there anything you were working on specifically?
Yo, you know, I just told my black belts in the gym, like, I need you to attack my feet, go for heel hooks, knee bars, toe folds, all of it, and you know, it paid off.
I'm glad you showed up with 2 feet to even fight with, man. Very good job.
I'm sure they were
Give it up for
obliging.
these shorts.
Oh, that's fantastic to watch. I love that. He's always
All
excited
right,
to watch.
everybody. We got one more fight until we take a little bit of a break. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, we doing good. Oh, I'm excited about this one.
Our next sponsor for fight number 7 comes from Combat Corner, offering meticulously curated selection of the newest, hottest, most innovative gear and apparel and training equipment, all designed to unleash all your potential on the streets, the mats, or in the cage. Check them out, Combat Corner. Fight number 7. We're gonna go back down the weight scale a little bit and back into the pajamas. We're gonna have a nice little pajama scrap, ladies and gentlemen. 130-pound purple belt division.
Jesus.
Love it. Putting on a show.
I am married. Shout out to my wifey. Hey, baby, I love you.
Oh.
All right, in the blue corner, from Gracie Baja, weighing in at 129.6 pounds. Give it up for Carla Eframe.
Carla Eframe representing Gracie Baja, weighing in at 129 pounds.
Married to another competitor, Brandon Emig.
Oh, is that right?
Yep, I think. I hope I got that right, y'all. Apologies if I don't. But Carla has been training for quite some time.
Is that right?
We've seen her. This is going to be an exciting match. I love seeing a gi match of these ladies, especially when you get up to the purple and brown belt.
Yeah.
I love seeing the grip exchanges. That's what I'm looking for. There it is. There's Brandon sitting right there.
Her opponent in the red corner.
Maybe 208. Let me
You
guess.
already know. This is either her second, maybe third appearance, and she always shows up to fight.
Always.
Weighing in at 128.4 pounds from 208 Jiu-Jitsu. Give it up for Ivy Gustin!
Ivy Gustin coming out of 208 Jiu-Jitsu, and she's a very young, talented prospect on the Jiu-Jitsu scene here in Idaho. She's been winning. I've seen her compete at the last one. She did amazing, and they have her back today. I was talking with her coach earlier this morning, Sam, and he was telling me that she ran through a couple of AOJ purple belts at the last, IBJJF. That's a impressive feat.
I don't think she's been a purple belt for a year yet.
No, she just got
She
it.
got her purple belt at the last Northwest Submission Challenge at the very end.
Yeah.
Went to IBJJF and then podiumed in adult purple belt. Podiumed.
Yeah, her coach was telling me she does nothing but jiu-jitsu, lift, focus. Everything is focused on fighting.
I'm curious to see what the script exchange is going to be like from the very beginning. See what happens. Okay, we have a deep pull here.
Aggressive guard
Comes
pull.
right back up.
Carla's trying to stand back up. It looks like she's going to go back down. She does have a good little...
That was really smart by Ivy. Pull, come right up on the leg.
Now, she's past her guard, but she has the arm... Okay, the arm's out.
Now she's passing through.
It's a good little half guard
Pause.
way to regain the half guard there.
Shout out Chuck Page right there. I see you, brother.
So Ivy's going to try to get that leg out of there. She just did. Now she's in side control. For the people that don't train jiu-jitsu, the person on top is winning right now. She has a very high pressure situation, constricting the breathing and pinning the person in a spot where they cannot do anything in the fight. In order for the person on bottom to do something effective in the fight, they have to escape this position by putting them back in the guard or getting on top of the fight.
And typically what's happening is Carla on the bottom in the blue is taking that right knee, the one's furthest from us. She's going to try and stick it in between her and Ivy to start making some distance and some space to get the legs back in front of her. So it's the first step in jiu-jitsu is to get them down to the ground and to pass the dangerous legs. Say dangerous legs because you can get triangles involved and legs can attack you. So once you get past the legs, if you want to go back into a more safe place, Carla's got to get that knee in there, and Ivy's doing a really good job about blocking that knee. I'm curious what she's doing.
Carla needs to turn towards her, and I know it's easier said than done, but there's nothing good that's going to go that way. So she needs to get the frames or the underhook. She needs to start turning towards Ivy, and that way she can either build her wrestling or her guard back. This is turning the wrong way, technically. Now, sometimes people have an unorthodox escape and they can make it work, but technically you're going to be told not to turn away from the person when you're in side control. Now she has a gift wrap, which usually leads to a back take, and that's what's happening right now.
I'd like to see a little bit more chest to back here. She's a little low, but still got the position.
Yeah, you can kind of see the escape is possible.
Now she's climbing. There's a little high, you're going to see her settle back. Okay.
Yeah, she needs to turn. If I was Eframe, I'd be trying desperately to defend the choke. At the same time now, throw my body in the back of my head. She's got a bow and arrow, and it's over, folks. Ivy Gustin with the bow and arrow choke submission. Amazing job, Ivy. Way to represent for 208.
Dominant performance.
What a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for both of these ladies. Winner by bow and arrow, Ivy Gustin.
The 208 protege, Ivy Gustin with the submission win, the bow and arrow choke. And that brings us to just one more purple belt match.
Ooh-wee.
And me and Dave been talking about this one.
Oh, man.
We really like Oscar. We know he's a killer, and we know nothing about Hunter. And when you know
Ivy,
nothing
it's
about
always
somebody,
a pleasure to call your fights. Very well done tonight. Tell me a little bit about how you prepared for this evening.
The past month, I've been training twice a day, 4 days a week. Work out every day, and I just show up.
Live it, breathe it, keep showing up. I love it. Was there anything about tonight that surprised you?
I mean, no, not really. I mean, I don't know what to expect. I never went against her. She was great. Thanks for her coming out here. I appreciate it.
Much respect, everybody. That was tighter than Drax's no-gi shorts, everybody. Whoa. Give it up one more time for Ivy Gustin.
very respectful interview there and dominant performance from Ivy Gustin.
We're going to take a short little break, but listen, come right back. Oscar Tmino, Hunter Bennett, last purple belt match in the gi. Oh, boy, am I excited. That's going to be really good.
I misspoke. We have one more fight before you guys raid the beer garden. Drax, I'm just kidding. I love you. I was going to auction him off tonight to the highest bidder, but apparently Drax has found a lady, so congratulations, Mr. Drax.
News to me.
1 second.
Oh, I'm so happy I don't have to wait here. We got Oscar
Fight
versus
number
Hunter.
8,
Woo!
brought to you by our biggest sponsor, the Perigee Group. General contractor specializing in all things medical, retail, and commercial construction. See their projects going up all throughout the Treasure Valley and their newest project right here in downtown. Fight number 8! 165 pounds of I don't give a. In the blue corner from Pocatello Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 164 very svelte pounds. Give it up for Hunter Bennett.
It's correction there. 156 pounds for Hunter Bennett. There is a weight discrepancy here. Oscar Tmino's 164.6. He barely made weight. I won't say he barely made it. He made it confidently is a better way of saying it.
It's around a 10-pound difference, and like me and Dave were saying, we've really never heard of Hunter, and we're excited to see. You know, he might be the new guy. We know who Oscar is. Oscar's a killer. He's a representative of one of the best teams. You know, we just saw Ivy do very well as a purple belt, and now he's going to represent the same team, same belt. So it is interesting to see how old Hunter's going to do.
I'm real excited about this fight. I'm real excited about this fight. My boy, hailing from 208 Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 165 pounds. Give it up for Oscar Tmino!
And Oscar, he was scheduled to have a different fight, right?
Yeah, versus Antonio Genovese, who just won Brasileiros.
And I think everybody really was excited for that fight, right?
It was.
I saw those guys fight before. I think it was at the Grappling Industries, and it was a war. I mean, they were scrapping.
They were. It would have been such a good fight. He's unfortunately stuck in Brazil. He was in Brasileiros. He's still down there. Now, oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a match.
Yeah.
Watch for Oscar's explosiveness.
Hunter seems like he's got a tricky style, you know? Like, you don't know what you're getting into with this guy. Look at him. Okay, we got inversion immediately going for a knee bar is Hunter. I thought he's going for the leg pretty tight. Now, let's see what he's going to do. He's going to stand back up. He's going for a little guillotine catch, which is awkward in the gi, I feel like. It's not high percentage. And Oscar is on the pass here. The knee is inside, but he's past the guard to the north-south position. Usually, you can see what happens, the reaction of the person on the bottom right away, to see what style of escape they're going to try. You know, are they going to try to get up and wrestle, or are they going to go back to guard?
His near side arm is under Oscar's. He's trying to dip his head out.
Well,
underneath.
you see, like, Oscar, he's, like, not quite in north-south, but it's, like, almost north-south. Very hard to regard the person from here. Really easy for Oscar to have good Kimura attacks. You see that arm he's putting in front of Oscar's face? Well, he puts that arm in front of Oscar's face too much. You're going to see Oscar's left hand come out of there and grab the wrist, attach that Kimura, and it's going to be over.
Also has that shotgun armbar, too, with that underhook.
Yeah.
It's low percentage, but, man, if you get that just right.
That's a break for sure. Oscar doing a good job at keeping his head down. Now he's got the Kimura grip, just like we talked about. A good transition to the back.
That's fantastic. That's fight IQ right there.
Good backslide to the back, and we're going for the bow and arrow, which seems like it's their move. Yeah, bow and arrow finish for Oscar Tmino representing 208 Jiu-Jitsu.
Stay here, bud.
It does look like old Hunter is wearing a blue belt.
Fast and furious, just the way we like it. Excellent work to both of you. Your winner by bow and arrow choke, Oscar Tmino.
Great fight, awesome work from Oscar.
Oh, yeah.
Got to give a lot of props to Hunter if he is a blue belt and coming in underweight and just trying his best, you know?
It does look like a blue belt. There are some blue belts
that look purple.
That look purple, so.
No doubt you are a bad man, Oscar. Well done, my friend. Tell me about that weight cut, because you look different from the last time I saw you, son.
Went well. It went well.
Humble.
Yeah.
Love it.
Tell me about your training for the upcoming event.
I just want to take the time to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Big up to Jesus!
Without him, I wouldn't be able to do anything. So, yeah. What was your question?
My question was, did you do anything different for training for this particular fight?
No way. I focused on myself, and the best version of me could beat anybody in the world. So, yeah, that's it.
Listen to my man here, the best version. All right, my guy. I hope you put that to the test this year at Worlds and at Nationals. Let's go, my guy. Give it up for Oscar Tmino.
Love it.
Great fight from Oscar. Way to represent for your team. Great kid. Great fighter.
That was incredible. That was fast and furious. You got to give it up to the Boy Scout, though. All right, guys, we're going to take a short break, about 20 minutes. Hit the bathrooms, get a beverage, find your seats, and let's get back into it.
Welcome to the Northwest Submission Challenge. My name is David Dickman here with Joel Bowie, and we're excited for tonight. First, let's talk about match lengths. So blue belts are going to get 5 minutes. Purple belt will get 6. Brown belts will jump up to 8, and for our black belt matches, we will have 10 minutes. As far as scoring, this is a submission challenge. We're looking for submission hunters. We're not looking for positional dominance or points or any of that. We're looking for straight action, and you will see our referee help push that pace.
Guys, tonight we have a very exciting match in the 165-pound no-gi title match featuring Ben Butters representing the base Idaho. He's going up against Andrew Cruz. He's representing Straight Blast Gym. He's also a local MMA champion here. The crowd is extremely excited to see these guys go at it. What about you, Dave?
Super excited. Also excited for the ladies match tonight. I'm excited to see Jess versus Kimberly. And you know what? We need this place to get super loud. So before we kick things off tonight, I want to hear you guys. Y'all ready? Let's go! Welcome back to the Northwest Submission Challenge. We are back with the brown belts, and then we have 3 black belt matches. Let's take it over to Mike on the floor. Mike Thomas at the Egyptian Theater.
Let's go.
Are y'all feeling refreshed? Are y'all feeling ready to watch a brawl? We got a few empty seats. I'm gonna give it 30 more seconds. If you can hear me out in front at the beer garden, you better hustle up, because you're not gonna wanna miss this next one. Fight number 9, brought to you again by the Perigee Group. Locally owned general contractor specializing in medical, retail, and commercial construction. See their projects going up all throughout the Treasure Valley, including their newest project here in downtown Boise. How's the volume up there? How's the volume up there? All right, everybody. Fight number 9 of the night. In the blue corner, fighting out of Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 160 pounds of mean, baby. Give it up for Danielle Foreman.
Daniel Foreman representing Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu, brown belt. at 160 pounds. Rocking the show your roll gi.
Yeah, I told him nice gi. I walked by him. I
Nice
was like,
belt.
"Yeah."
How's that belt? Got the Japanese writing all the way around it.
Is that Pop Smoke I'm hearing?
I think so.
His opponent in the red corner, weighing in at 164.8 pounds, hailing from Vital Brothers Jiu-Jitsu, give it up for Michael Gaitani!
Michael Gaitani representing Vital Brothers Jiu-Jitsu. Michael, super tough kid. I've trained with him a little bit. His coach is a friend of mine, and I would say that this is Vital Brothers' top guy, you know? Got to be their top student.
Outside JP. So, okay, so we got fast guys in the gi, though. So is this about slowing it down?
Yeah, it's funny. I
trickery?
kind of think, I wonder who's stronger now that you say that. Starting off with good stances. Both kind of look like they're ready to pull guard. Here's the handshake, a little back off, deep breath, and here we go. Oh, he went for the Fabrizio Andre.
Oh, gosh.
That's so funny. And Michael going with a classic guard pull, got the foot on the hip, and we're playing open guard. Daniel Foreman got good passing grips. He got that right hand on a good little spot on the knee, and he's looking for basically some classic Toriano style passing. You know, Michael's got that spider hook with the right foot. And kind of going into an over-under pass scenario. Now back to the Toriandos. Michael playing a good sleeve grip, sleeve and collar, kind of classic foot on the hip game. Look for him to elevate. Oh, Daniel Foreman's going for the leg lock. All these guys are going for leg locks these days. Yeah, Dave?
Yeah, they're falling back on it, but then the disadvantage is he's going to stand up.
You know, one thing about going for foot locks and getting really good at it is I just don't know if you're going to do that in a real fight.
Here's an interesting thing. Michael just let go of that collar sleeve just to go for this foot.
Michael has a good foot lock. I know he has a good foot lock.
But he didn't let go of that collar until just then.
And he's going for that's a tight one.
That is tight.
But you look at Daniel Foreman's face, he don't look like he's thinking about tapping. If I was him, I'd step on the elbow, push it with my free foot if I could.
It's hard. And
you push that foot a little, and you can lock the triangle if you can throw that over.
It's a legitimate submission attempt, and that is part of our judging criteria. Now it's not so much. This is positional control. So
you know, the way that foot can break, though, is so sideways. It doesn't look like a normal foot lock. It's coming up from that sideways position. And it almost is weird, you know, but it does look like Daniel Foreman's very experienced here.
See that foot with the red on it? Okay, that's where I'm wondering. Now we're getting a little bit more pressure. He's stepping on it now.
He just seems like he's flexible enough to take that. And I don't know how much more Michael can give here.
Well, maybe it's just already broken. He's like, screw it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember that happened to Keenan a long time ago when he was a brown belt, and then he ended up finishing Meow Brother with Ezekiel, put him to sleep with the broken foot.
I mean, the most famous is when Gordon and Craig, you know, Craig got Gordon's arm and just cranked on it. And then again, it happened to so Craig broke Gordon's arm, but then again, it was Nicky Rod. Nicky Rod broke
Gordon's with the toe hold. See, now Foreman has the triangle, right? So I believe the straight foot lock is gone. Oh, now it's back. He undid the triangle.
Okay, now we're 50-50.
He's going to go to X guard, it looks like. Possibly, maybe not. Little single leg X, back to the foot lock. That collar grip is kind of saving him. And with 5 minutes left, you got to be careful you're not giving everything you got to get a straight ankle lock that's not going to work. That's basically where we're at right now. If that straight ankle lock works, it's all worth it. If it doesn't, it's a lot of wasted energy. And he's going again for the belly down. I can kind of see Daniel Foreman is so flexible there. You can see that he's not even reacting in a panicky a panicky way. He's trying to gain his breath back a little bit. Stepping on the elbow, relieving some of that back pressure. And he's giving his coach the nod. He's okay. He's fine.
Maybe give the crowd some love, you know, like
Yeah,
finger wave.
A little finger wave would be cool.
Here's the thing. If he lets go, it's back exposure, right?
I was just going to say, what happens when you fail at a footlock with somebody decent is they end up on your back most of the time.
Or on top.
Or on top, yeah. Four minutes left after all of that, which was a long, grueling so far.
Into 50-50.
There's still 4 minutes left, and it doesn't look like either one of them can leg lock each other. So it now comes to, let's see who can pass the guard. Let's see who can dominate positionally. Michael coming on top, but he had his knee hurt there.
Oh.
Yeah, I could see. It looked like just a classic 50-50 when the guy tries to come up and you kick him back down. Just kicked aggressively, popped his knee. It wasn't on purpose. That sucks for Mike.
Yeah, so if your knee
Don't
is
bend it. Don't bend it, brother.
If you're sitting down and you move your knee sideways towards your right shoulder, and then they bend that knee down and your heel up, you're popping that knee, and that's probably what happened.
Yeah. Especially
Hear it for your winner
angle.
in the blue corner from Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu, Daniel Foreman by verbal tap.
Yeah, again, unfortunate for Michael. It looked like a 50-50, just hurt his knee. It didn't look like anybody did it on purpose. It happens.
Yeah.
Daniel Foreman, I will say, great defense.
Congratulations, Daniel. Let's give it up.
Great defense, great composure.
He's not limping.
Not limping. I think it's his – I feel like it's got to be his knee. Yeah, he's a little limp there.
Very well done. That was ankle attack after defense. Ankle, defense, ankle, defense. Very good job. Tell me a little bit about how you prepared for this evening.
When it comes down to it, I've been training super hard. I work at a full-time job. I'm running 2 or 3 different classes. I'm training, 5-6 times a week. I came in here knowing that nobody else deserved this spot, and I really wanted to come in here and prove it to myself. So thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it a lot.
That's great.
Yeah.
Super important, everybody, that we all give a round of applause for the people who take the time to travel to this event. They are helping us build Northwest Submission Challenge. Please, one more time, give it up for Daniel Foreman. Anybody you'd like to say thank you to?
I just want to say thank you to all my sponsors. I want to say thank you to my family members that made it out. And thank you to all you bad mofos that made it out, that made the trip. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Michael, you're super game. I just want to let you know, heel safe, that was disgusting. I didn't like that, so I appreciate all you guys.
Oh, yeah.
That is the sport, my friend. Congratulations, give it up.
Wow, pretty
for
likable
Daniel
guy,
Foreman,
very respectful.
everybody.
I don't know a single person I hear that loves
Feel
that
that.
crunch. You know, that, ugh.
Yeah, if they do love it, you got to look at them a little weird, right?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
Got a Dexter on
I'm
our
not
hands
having
here.
beers with you, brother.
Michael's gonna be all right, but man, that was nasty business. All right, everybody. Huge shout out to our, thank you.
This next match is
Huge
interesting.
shout out to our sponsor, Salt Electrolytes. You guys, I cannot stress to you enough how much better this product is than Liquid IV. I was a Liquid IV guy for a very long time. I switched to Salt, and it's salty. We're not messing around in that department. But let me tell you, I feel so much better after training when I throw one of those in about 40 ounces of water and get it down. Please visit them. They are locally owned, and they are in the lobby, and they have several different real fruit flavors. These guys are masters of hydration. Please check out Salt Electrolytes.
Amazing stuff.
Fight
right
number
there.
10, who's ready? I said, fight number 10, who's ready?
Tippy tap, tippy tap.
I'm gonna spike your guys' beer, I swear to God. If you can't match my energy, we're gonna have a problem.
with salt electrolytes.
Get a couple Celsiuses. You'll be good there.
185 pounds in the gi division brown belt fight. Let's hear it for our blue corner, hailing from Gracie, Baja. Nice job, nice job. Weighing in at 184 pounds. Give it up for Brandon Emig.
This is interesting. In the gi, Brandon's 184.2. Wesley Cordova didn't even come close to making weight at 201.4, an embarrassing 201.4.
If this is UFC, you basically get no money.
Yeah,
You
well, to be honest, Wesley is not getting any money.
Wow.
He forfeited it by not making weight. The athletes at
His
Northwest make money.
opponent,
Yeah,
Another
and the
individual
weight is serious, guys.
who
Like
spent the
we're
gas
trying to do a
and the
professional thing
time
here.
and took time out away from his family and his gym and all of his responsibilities to show up here. I cannot stress to you enough, you guys. We are drawing top-level talent from all across the Northwest to this stage. So please, let's give them a warm welcome from Adamson Bros Jiu-Jitsu, 201.4-pound brown belt, Wesley Cordova.
Appreciate Wesley coming out, but coming in overweight by 16.4 ounces, 16.4.
Yeah, so Wesley is heavier, and so far Adamson's brother Jiu-Jitsu is undefeated tonight. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
sure he's good.
So, yeah, he's going to be good. So there's a height difference here and a weight difference.
Brandon Emig is game, though.
Yeah, he
and
took the fight. So
you
when
know
you
what?
miss weight, you
10
get
pounds, 20 pounds, this guy don't care. He's ready to represent for his team.
Yeah, so Brandon decided, hey, you have the choice, and if you're wondering if you're going to compete, you can, of course, sign up to compete online at nwsubchallenge.com, and we will review your application. If someone misses weight,
You
then
might
you
not.
have a 1 pound allowance for a non-title match. Every title match, everyone has made weight. There is no weight allowance for that for 1 pound. But Brandon decided, you know what? I'm game to take on Wesley, who came on 16 pounds overweight.
Yeah, and he's a little shorter, very stocky. To me, when I see Wesley, I mean, it doesn't seem like you'd want to have him in side control. It seems like it'd be a lot of pressure coming down on you.
I go north-south. Just go for that outside single, kind of like.
Yeah, these guys are going to judo for sure. I can tell by the way they posture. You know, like it's just a certain style. When you kind of stick the butt back a little, you can see the guard pull coming. Both of these guys have a little bit more of a judo stance going.
So you and I, a little bit taller statue. We've been against bigger guys in our lives. So Brandon Emig is sitting here against a guy that's a lot more powerful than him and weighs 15 more pounds than him. What does Brandon need to do right now? Is he going to pull guard and try and sweep?
I would say, like, what position could we get this guy in that would be the best for us if I could choose? Like, let's try to get him in top half, tire him out a little, work to pass, and then work to submit.
What about a really strong collar drag?
Yeah, if it works. If it doesn't work and you're just smashed in half guard, that sucks.
You're just pulling into half. Just got to get that outside arm when you pull outside.
You
drag.
see Emig, dude, he looks like he could throw somebody. And the way his stance is, it's very judo-ish.
He kind of is leaning back for something.
Yeah. He's fighting very meticulously for the grips, and a lot of times when guys do that, they're doing it for a reason.
First warning.
He's trying the inside leg reap, but they're just kind of.
Good call on the warning because they kind of – Northwest Submission Challenge is all about action. So they have to call those warnings. They're all about action.
Kind of in on that leg.
Yeah, the thing about pulling guard with somebody that big. Okay, he went for a decent shot there, decent sprawl as well. Emig is sprawling pretty well. He has some sort of a attack on the neck, but it looks like he's going to get dumped over here and actually end up on the bottom after all. Cordova with top side control, maybe half guard now. Hard for me to see with this angle. That's a little harder of a drag right there, huh?
Yeah. 400 pounds there.
Now, if it were me and I was the coach, I would be screaming at Emig to push Cordova's head to this, not that way, to the other side of his body.
Side.
Yeah.
So you can get that shoulder out and try and get an underhook.
Yeah. One thing my coach told me, and he comes from the old school, he's an older guy, is that back in the day they didn't call it side control. They called it cross side.
Yeah.
Because you make a cross.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, if he can get the head to the other side, they'll be more parallel. And the shrimp, the underhook, any escape works way better. Cordova's doing a very good job at crossing his head across the body. And now he's got mount. Oh, he switched off of the mount. Good little bump by Emig. He's back in half guard, which is a billion times better than mount.
Still no submission attempts.
5 minutes left to go. And I feel like these guys, you know, they got a couple good ones in them, and they got to pace themselves and choose that right time. With 4 minutes left, now he's back in side control. And, man, Emig looks heavy in side control right here. I mean, Cordova, sorry. That little hip grip that he's doing with his hand, actually genius. A lot of pinning pressure with the elbow, and it'll allow you to go to knee on belly very easy.
Yeah, preventing a hip from scooting out.
Yeah. Yeah, Emig was able to kind of do a little collar drag-esque, weird little, okay, he got his guard passed again.
Yeah, Wesley's not really utilizing the grips from top as much as I'd like to see him as a big guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of floating on
He's
top.
not, he never reaches back for that leg ever, yeah?
Yeah. It's like he's not creating as much pressure as
he got the mount. He got the mount, and that's a big boy on top of you right there. A lot of his weight is actually on the head, and he's kind of has, he tapped him with a chest crush. Yeah, mother's milk, they call that. And that's a good move for that guy.
Yeah. Well, I sure wish that Wesley would have made weight, though. That would have been a lot cooler.
Fix your geese, tie your belts, gentlemen.
Seems possible.
I know I'm being harsh here, folks, but listen, let's be honest. Be professional about it.
And I would say, you know, the closer you get to that black belt, the
Winner
more
by arm triangle,
you have to
Wesley
take it serious.
Cordova.
Big shout out to Emig for taking the fight.
Absolutely. He could have dipped out.
It's one of those things, though, where you kind of have to take it.
Yeah.
It's just like, you don't, you know. Definite disadvantage. Great fight either way.
Wesley, very nice. This does have to be a little bit bittersweet, though, because you missed weight by 15 pounds. Talk me through that.
Talk him through it.
So I recently got out of the National Guard and had to move. And the past couple of months, I haven't been able to train at my home because I had to move towards my unit. But, you know, I was still trying to train as much as I could and, you know, really come out here and put a show on. And I really appreciate my opponent for, like, taking the match, because that's like the most important thing for me. And I really appreciate everybody here, everybody who fucking showed up. I appreciate you guys for letting me. Like, I fucking love you guys. I fucking love this shit. Sorry.
A lot of F-bombs there.
But yeah, you know, I'm gonna do better, and I appreciate you guys.
Tell me a little bit about how you saw this fight going in your mind before you got here.
I mean, all I really do is, like, when I can't train, I just do visual work. And I just visualize doing what I always did, even though I hadn't trained for a while. It's just like I always just do the basics that my professors taught me in my academy, you know, and just like smash, pass, don't give up any position, don't let anybody breathe, just stay on top of them. So that's what I envisioned, and that's what happens when you envision things.
Big shout out to both opponents tonight, especially to Brandon for taking this fight. Congratulations, Wesley. Hope to see you back and on weight next time.
Yeah, it's one of those things when you go to organizations, that are you going to get the call back, you know?
No.
Special announcement. Buckle your seatbelt. Drax is single!
What?
I couldn't resist, Drax. I'm so
this
sorry.
guy
I love you so
Broke
much.
up at intermission.
And he's wearing his cutoff jean shorts today, ladies. So if you like leg tattoos and nasty back takes, that's your man.
Son.
Semi-nasty.
Our next
Basic bitch.
fight is brought to you by Achilles Fitness Institute. I cannot stress to you in stronger terms how well these guys do at getting you back on track. Jiu-jitsu is pain and suffering and glory. Please listen up real quick. Achilles Fitness Institute wants you and your goals to be the focus of your care. With expert guidance from doctors of physical therapy that truly understand the demands of various sports activities, you will be immersed in rehabilitation that takes you from pain that hinders you and injury that you suffer from to performing at your absolute best. Give them a shout. They are doing a full body sort of scan on you guys out there. Please give them a shot if you have an ailing injury, locally owned and operated, or get your injury screening appointment in the lobby. Fight number 11! 205 pounds. We're gonna jump back into the no-gi realm at brown belt. How do we feel about that? Y'all need to double fist beers from now on. I'm just not satisfied. The bottom of this mic is barely hanging on because, like I said, I'm blowing it out. You guys must just not be listening. From Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 204 pounds. Let's hear it, Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu. Thank you for making the journey here. Give it up for the blue corner, George Martinez.
George Martinez coming out of Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 204 pounds. Now, when you watch this match, one thing that I'll tell you guys is you're going to have a tall guy versus a short guy, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It's very interesting when the weight is the same, the belt is the same. You know, the short guy, you would think, okay, he's going to take him down, pass the guard, smother him, finish an arm or a neck. And the long guy, you naturally think triangle.
Yeah.
You know, darces, triangles, big butterfly sweeps, legs, guard pulling. It should be a fun one.
His opponent in the red corner from Boise's own Driven Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 204.2 pounds, a Northwest submission veteran. Give it up for Christopher Morhead.
Yeah, Chris Morhead, I think he's fought at every single Northwest submission challenge.
Yeah, I think so too. And he's 185, but he's booked up.
And he's really might be one of the nicest guys on the whole card. I mean, what a good guy.
No, absolutely.
Great coach. Matt is a great coach, and he comes from a great school at Driven.
One of the best open mats too. Friendly, super nice.
As far as
safe.
what a good guy. And he has a good triangle.
Nasty saddle, nasty guillotine.
Yeah, he understands a lot about the game.
But listen, George Martinez come from Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu. Big back.
Bro.
Big old
difference in these boys' backs.
Yeah. Let's see,
heavy collar tie. If I was Chris, I would just get to the goddamn guard.
It'd be good.
I just feel like this matchup, this guy knows how to wrestle.
Yeah, see, I think Chris has got me over there.
Okay, a little Imanari action.
Can you go into a triangle here?
I mean, it's definitely.
Oh, he lost it.
Yeah. So the guy has a very tight side control, and he's looking like.
I like this right
here. Yeah, you remember when Brock Lesnar got Frank Mir here and punched him? This is definitely a neck crank through crazy. He's going to want to get that leg off the head and pull the left elbow out immediately.
Is he going to do a triangle from that?
That was not smart.
Okay, he lost it.
Yeah, I would say Martinez had an amazing position there. I definitely wouldn't have pulled on the bottom there, but let's see what he can do. He's a very aggressive, that's for sure. He's pushing the face, snapping the head, hand on the mouth from bottom.
Would you say that was better by Chris or a mistake by George?
I would say a mistake by Martinez, but Chris was right there ready to take advantage of the mistake, so good on him. Now, if I was Chris, I'm going to use that elbow to staple the knee over.
What about that overhook?
Yeah, as soon as I get over that leg, now my underhook is more powerful than his overhook. So I got to step over like he's doing right now. But the knee, he's got to get over that knee. I wouldn't worry too much about the wrist grip until he lets go of the far arm. Now he's got kind of a 1.5. Okay, regular old butterfly.
Wow.
Little butterfly sweep to back to arm bar, which I think Chris will get out of this. He needs to put the knee on top and just inch by inch that elbow out. Try to make side control. Now, if you look at Martinez's face right now, it's hard to see, but he's breathing heavy. He's breathing heavy.
He did pull off a pretty slick move, though.
Yeah. If Chris gets out of this, you know, it was all for nothing. I mean, it was an attempt, so technically you are going to get some points there. But the cardio is going to start to wear. Good placement with the left hand for Chris. It's exactly where I'd put it. Good. Oh, armbar finish. Amazing switch for Martinez. He was able to get the armbar off of that.
Whoa!
Way to stick with it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
What a technical match, ladies and gentlemen.
Beautiful transition from Martinez. You don't expect that out of a big guy like that to be able to use the guard. And
congratulations to Copperhead Jiu-Jitsu Zone, George Martinez. That happened so fast. You want to go ahead and give him a tap?
Big man flow. That's what I'll call it.
Look at this go. Look at this go. Oh, baby. He's blinging. He's blinging, Copperhead. Look at my guy right here. George, I was talking with a referee here today who has competed against you at Purple many, many times and said you look phenomenal tonight. Tell me about your growth over the last about year or so.
Man, life hit me hard this last year. Those of you that know me, man, I just thank all of you guys for the support. That celebration was for my son, Luca. I do everything for them kids, man. Luca, Leo, I love you guys. So I do it for, man. It's all for them. That's why I'm here where I'm at. The team that I've built, the sky's the limit, man. We're still going. We're not giving up. We're putting Pendleton and LeGrand on the map, I'm telling you.
Pendleton, that's right.
That's what I'm talking about, baby. Bringing us all up through the love of jiu-jitsu. Tell me about your son, just real quick. Give me a couple sentences.
Man, my son, both of my boys, man, they're warriors, dude. You know, they're going through a tough life as well with me, man, but we're battling it, man. And, man, I just can't thank this community enough, man.
Well, you're here now, and you're invited back in the future. That was phenomenal jiu-jitsu. Christopher is no easy role. Let's give it up for him, everybody.
Nice work, George.
Beautiful. Good message. It's good jiu-jitsu, too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He got a hold of that arm. And
a lot of potential there for George.
Man, that was nasty and fast.
I'm excited for this.
All right,
one.
everybody.
Yeah. One more brown belt.
Let's give it up for Athletes by Nature real quick. Give them a round of applause. Athletes by Nature. No minimums. You can literally buy a t-shirt. Same day, full color direct to garment printing, embroidery, screen printing, full sublimination. Let's create together. Have you guys been hearing like Choi Bar over and over again tonight? Who the hell is Choi and what bar is he at? Because I want to hang out with that guy. That sounds like a dangerous combination.
Do you know?
Uncle,
Do I know what?
please
Choi?
introduce
Where
me
Choi Bar
because I
came
need
from?
to add that to my game, my
it's,
guy.
It's a guy. He's a Japanese guy.
Next up,
I
fight
forget
number
where he
12,
comes, which
baby,
school he
let's
comes
hear
from.
it.
He just recently put out a Choi Bar instructor on BJJ
Oh.
Fanatics.
Okay.
Yeah, his last name's Choi.
By the way.
185 pounds, or Drax's max bench. Brown belt division, no gi. In the blue corner, hailing from Gracie, Baja, Caldwell.
You hear that?
A lot of Gracie Baja in the house tonight.
208. That sounded like a challenge. Weighing in at 184.2 pounds. Give it up for CJ White!
CJ White, a staple in the Gracie Baja, Idaho lineage of competitors. Gnarly, strong, badass dudes. CJ White, very tough. He fought Chris Morhead in the last one.
Yeah, super patient from the turtle, got the bow and arrow choke. Focused, determined, strong.
Strong, right? I mean, the boy's in shape.
Strong.
Yeah,
Interesting
CJ.
to see him in no-gi this time.
Right.
With heel hooks.
Right. This is going to be a great fight because CJ, he's very powerful and game. And I've only seen Forrest fight at the last submission, but I was like, who is this guy? He's amazing.
Forrest looks great, man. Great Delahiva.
Stuff is
Great
about to
off-balancing.
get real nasty, guys. I hope you're ready. In the red corner from Process Jiu-Jitsu. Shout out to B-Rad. That guy kicked me out of a couple bars when I was a youngster. Weighing in at 185 pounds. Give it up for none other than Forrest Gay.
I like watching this guy. I
Yeah.
really do. This guy's technical. He's new to the community here. Like, I think he came from the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah.
He came in, competed. It was super humble, great win over a Gracie Baja competitor. His Delahiva was great. He had some really good open guard into Delahiva overhead sweeps. So I'm really curious to see
His
how
no-gi.
that translates to the
Yeah,
to
me
no-gi.
too. Representing for the Process crew over there is Forrest Gay at 185 pounds.
By the way, they're both jacked.
Yeah, you know, you got the tall, strong versus a little bit shorter super buff. I mean, look at the guy's legs. One thing about muscle and grappling is if you don't pace yourself, it'll be filled with that lactic acid, and that can work against you.
So we can see
You
heavy
can see
hands.
Forrest, how he keeps his right arm low.
Yeah.
And that's to stop that shot that might be coming. A lot of times wrestlers are going to keep that arm low to get an underhook, which is really weird when you translate it to a fight. 'Cause
Yeah.
you have to keep your hands up in a real fight.
It's interesting. They're sitting in a little open book stance, not anymore right now, but Forrest was leading with his right foot, CJ with his left. So this is what we call an open book stance right here. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering he's pushing with his left hand and then keeping his right arm low to stop the single.
Yeah, CJ's doing a real good job at like feeling him out and not overcommitting to anything and just slowly pressing forward, which is going to entice Forrest to attack something. A little bit of pressure by CJ here and there.
The thing is, when you get to this level too, shooting a single is dangerous
It's
because
not
they're
the
going to
easy-
get
it's
jump
so
right
hard.
on the head, and front headlock is a position. It's not a place you want to be in. You can work a lot from there. And great shot by CJ.
And what do you know? He got the dang
like
takedown.
A freaking blast double there.
Half butterfly for Gay here, which is a great position if you know how to use it.
Do you want that foot right on the hip, or do you want it in to be
I want
an
it in.
elevator?
I like it inside for
Okay.
elevation myself.
Great job by CJ to get that out and then pop it right to the side here.
When you get the foot on the inside, it gives you the ability to elevate and also go to single leg X. If it's on the outside, you can push them away.
To these middleweights, dude, they're strong as hell.
Yeah. One thing Forrest could do here is he could throw the right leg over the head.
Oh, he
Okay,
stands
his back
right
is
back up.
standing. So he wants to get on top, it looks like.
It's a great shot by CJ. I'm excited to see what's going to happen.
The way
here.
they're fighting, which is it's normal, it makes me believe that both competitors want to be the one on top. It's interesting when you get somebody that truly believes that they can win from the guard. They don't waste any time standing because they know where they want to be.
No, they're going to stay there.
They know where they want to be. And so far, we've gone through a lot of time with a lot of grappling standing up. It's just interesting. When are these submission attempts going to come? Because the only way to win this thing is submission attempts.
We're going to see a stalling call here real soon.
Yeah.
It's too much. You got to push the pace. Let's go, folks.
And I would say that it's a stalling call, but, man, they're stalling each other excitingly. They're grabbing hard, you know. They're grabbing the back of the head hard. CJ, he's gone for some legit takedowns. That was legit, and he got one earlier.
It's the way that he can close the distance and grab it. I don't think his knee is hitting the ground. He's grabbing that single when he's doing that.
Isn't it crazy when it becomes a wrestling match?
It is. It's wild.
It's like it's still entertaining to see who's a better wrestler, for sure. But it's just crazy when you know these guys are on the ground all week long. You know what I mean? They're not wrestling. They wrestle a little bit, and then they go to the ground, like all of us. So that's why I say they both don't want to be on the bottom. Now CJ is on top. Forrest is on the bottom. Looked like a great butterfly elevation, and now he's standing.
Oh.
Beautiful double leg blast by CJ. And I'll tell you what, that was an energy dump because Forrest didn't get his guard passed off that.
Yeah, CJ's got a gas tank.
4 minutes left. Yeah, you know, when CJ fought at the last one, I know it didn't last long, but he didn't look tired.
Which way is he going?
So if I'm Forrest, if it's me, I'm going to throw the right leg over the head, grab the tricep, hit that inverted triangle, done. What a normal person would do is get that left leg out, and then you know you're in a normal guard like that. Now he's in half. And
Don't you have a BJJ Fanatics instructional on inverted?
Well, there is one out there by me. It's called a reverse triangle of the world, believe it or not.
I have it. I really do.
BJJ Fanatics. Shout out to BJJ Fanatics, guys.
Oh, dude, I have so many DVDs I've never watched, too.
I think they're really growing the community, you know?
No, seriously. They help remote folks, too. Oh, he's saying no. He's saying no.
He gave the finger? Was that
no,
was?
he's like, yeah, the no. The
so
little wag.
What's that showing to us is that CJ White is smashing his face, and he's trying to tap him with it.
But he got to his side here.
Force is out.
Yeah.
If I'm CJ, I'm threatening the weave pass. That right arm is gonna weave
absolutely.
through that leg.
Sprawl
right?
back, come over, grab the head.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, Forrest, building up on that elbow. You don't want that.
That Dagestani handcuff.
Yeah. Well, shoot to the dogfight. You know when he builds up on that right.
So
elbow.
here we see Forrest flat on his back. CJ top half. The bottom guy is feeling the pressure here. You know when the bottom guy gets on his side, he has game. Like he might win. When he's flat, smashed here, it's just feeling the weight, the pressure, the smash. Nothing good will happen to him until he gets sideways.
Does he want to frame the hip here with his right arm, or is he just trying to?
No, I think he's kind of going inside. He's going inside, and so the frame is actually his elbow, which is too deep now.
CJ back exposure.
CJ has the ability to take the back, but the second you go for that back, you're either going to get it or you're going to lose it. Right now, he's on top for sure. Kimura grip with a very strong-looking arm right there. CJ looks very strong right here. And he got the Kimura going, but I think Forrest is going to get out of this. He's rolling. Actually, he's got it. He's got it. Animal.
Whoa!
That is outstanding. And he's letting the crowd know. He's letting the crowd know he's excited.
That might be match of the night and submission of the night.
So far, definitely submission of the night, for sure, in my book.
Shout out to Forrest for being a game opponent here. That was a fantastic match.
Yeah, a very game opponent. That wasn't an easy task for CJ.
Winner by Kimura, CJ won!
Amazing.
Let that one sink in for a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
just
God.
thinking about that one. I'm pretty nervous here for this next one.
Was I the only one that was scared? I was literally afraid.
I thought his shoulder was going to blow out.
Forrest is
How
no
awesome is Mike,
punk.
dude?
But
He's
was
so
that
funny.
or was that not fight of the night?
So far, So far.
The night's not over yet, but so far I got to give that one to my man CJ.
Wow, my friend. Tell me your thoughts. I don't even know where to begin.
I'm just happy to be here.
What? You got to do better than that.
Team, thank you. I know we brought over 80 people from our team in Caldwell over here. The rest of my Gracie Baja family, thank you guys. We're stronger together.
Did you do anything specific leading up to this fight to prepare yourself?
No, and I feel gassed right now, and I think it's because I don't like no-gi.
Maybe it's your pectorals. They're so developed.
I like training in the gi. I maybe added 10 more no-gi classes since I knew I was taking this fight.
Were they classes you taught or classes you attended? Oh, cool.
Fair question.
Pretty much that I taught, but I've got Professor Ray that's up there.
Shout out!
We got some of the best guys in the world. We got Professor Scott Carr, Professor Beto, Professor Eddie, Professor Phil. There's a lot of them. Some of them I'm missing. They all have their each and individual game. But because we're the same team, we share what we're the best at, and that's what makes us hard to beat.
Amen, brother. Every single time you show up, you bring an immense amount of energy, skill, and technique. Give it up one more time for CJ. Wow!
I gotta say all the Idaho Gracie Baja guys are such great guys. Yeah. They're great fighters, great personalities, great for their communities.
I've had blue belts come up and be like, the memes don't make sense for here.
They don't make sense for here.
Both of these guys, I'm so gross. He just slobbered all over me, his man sweat. Hopefully I get some of that DNA. Good God. Today at the weigh-ins, I was like, are you a fucking superhero? What is happening? Tanya, you're a lucky gal. Guys,
Mike is off the hook
is
tonight.
No punk. Can we give it up for him? More, more, more.
This is going to be an interesting match.
Yeah.
That was an incredible fight. I hope you all agree.
This could be very
Fight
interesting.
number 13 of the night. My voice is almost gone. I'm about to achieve my goal. Do I get like a brown belt or something if this happens? Somebody help me out. Earthcraft Construction. As a custom design and build firm based in Idaho for over 40 years, we build Idaho's most sustainable structures. Sometimes they do it with straw bales. Check them out, you guys. That alone is interesting AF. One quick brief moment. Big happy birthday to my boy, Danny McElroy. Where you at? Hey, that's my guy. Everybody give him a happy birthday. 1, 2, 3. I love you, bud. All right, guys. Fight number 13. Out of the blue corner, we're jumping back into pajamas. But we're also starting the black belt round.
This is going to be so good.
Here we go, guys. Weighing in at 140.4 pounds. Hailing from Alliance. Give it up for the blue corner's own, William Melo!
William Melo, you guys, coming out of Alliance, representing at about 140 pounds. I don't know too much about William. I know that his team is very tough. We all compete at these local tournaments, and everybody knows Alliance is a staple.
Yeah, William grew up in rural Rio de Janeiro. He's taught in China, Portugal.
Wow.
Just been one of the main coaches and a staple in Alliance.
That's interesting.
He whoops my butt every single day. He's one of my coaches.
His opponent in the red corner, hailing from Mountain Home's own Vital Brothers Jiu-Jitsu, weighing in at 143.8 pounds. Give it up for JP Guevara!
JP Guevara representing Vital Brothers, a black belt under Henan Vital, a good friend of mine. Me and this guy will combine teams sometimes to try to take the championships. He's little, he's strong, and he's coming in hot.
Fast.
I can tell you that. He's coming in hot. If you don't think he has it in his head right now that he's going to submit this guy, you're fooling yourself. He's not going to have a smile. He's going to have a hard look, and he's going to come in hot. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but JP is always here for the fight. Good friend of mine and very talented jiu-jitsu competitor. My guess is JP's going to pull the guard and look for leg locks right away.
Right with an ankle lock, so I was thinking.
He doesn't play. You know, he gets right to it. Yep, there it is. He's going to get under the guy. Now you can see William understands base. He didn't get elevated quick at all. JP's real strong with that cross grip, you know, so he can go for a stand-up and a collar drag. He can go for a loop choke or a cross choke. But if Melo starts passing on this side over here, he's going to need to let go of that. He's got a very tight grip. If I was JP, I'd be desperately trying to grab that pants and go under to full guard right now.
He's switching his head over. That's important here because you can see that right knee come over to the other side.
Yep.
If
JP can lift that leg, a little hip bump maybe, and then he can get his right leg under, he'll just be in the closed guard. William will have to retract a little bit. Right now, if he keeps inching forward and he keeps his head on that side like you said, William's going to pass. If JP can just keep his head on that side, what you're going to see is once that knee passes, William's head is going to change, and he'll, like we talked about before, he'll make a cross.
So it's not until he gets a knee past that leg that the head needs to go to the other side.
Well, if I was JP, I'd just be pushing the head right now because the shrimp is going to work. The shrimp is going to work. But what's happening is he's hanging onto the half guard. So once William starts to get a little bit of a pass, keep an eye on his head. You're going to see his head change. He will not pass over here and keep it with his head like that.
JP's posting on the left knee.
Mm-hmm. The grip that JP has is right, but you see all of that space under there?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much flexibility he has, but that right leg could go to close guard, and it's going to take away the pass. Right now, I would say William's getting close to the pass. You know what I mean?
He's switching his base here.
And then the second you let go of that half guard, that's the moment that William's going to pass. So you got to say to yourself, okay, am I going to do this? Are we going to let go and try, or am I going to hold it?
What grip does JP have with his left arm on the pant?
I think it's just like right by the knee. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of smashing. It reminds me of Hoyler. He's going to get a good knee cut pass. But it's not passed yet. It's not passed yet. Okay. Got the half guard still, no pass.
I think I hear Gigi. I don't hear Victor coaching on. Gigi's a coral belt, and he lives in Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
And
Victor's right there in the chair, but we hear Gigi.
Yeah, I do hear Gigi.
It's his head. It's the head placement.
This hip movement.
So now he's on JP's back, which is never good for anyone. JP's doing a good job at defending the choking arm, but he needs to keep the movement going. When you're in a bad spot and you stop and you let the person in a dominant position decide what they want to do, it usually goes bad.
What do? You dump to one side?
I'm going to half. I'm going to try desperately to turn and escape the mount to half.
To which side? Towards us?
For me, I'm going towards us if it was me. But this is a personal preference because some people can rock them off the back. You see how those bigger guys play turtle? Yeah. So it's really what you do best. But for me, I'm never going to stay here. Ever am I going to stay here. I'm going to turn. I'd rather be mounted. Now he needs.
That was it.
Collar choke.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen.
Collar choke from the back. Very respectable fight. William Melo, extreme technician. Very patient. Good head placement. Great choke. JP, always a game competitor. And, you know, he had a couple injuries. I noticed he told me coming into the fight he thought about pulling out, but he toughed it out anyways. Wow. Props to him.
Winner by tap out, Professor William Melo.
Dia de maldade.
Congratulations. Give it up, everybody, for our first black belt match.
Did he have positional control the whole
Beautiful control.
I mean, they were in the half guard a lot.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on the fight, Professor.
Long time I'm no competer. I'm back today. So I'm very happy for my friends, my students coming here. Victor, Gigi, thank you so everybody.
Can you tell me, did you do anything different preparing for this fight upcoming that you have in the past in your previous competitions?
Just train every day.
Porra!
I was literally just about to say that.
He went
Give
cycling.
it up, everybody, for Professor Melo!
Very humble, very talented technician, William Melo. And now we are on to the women's black belt fights, you guys. Kimberly Mills versus Jessica Knight, 208 Jiu-Jitsu versus the base. This one should be a great fight, a very technical match.
Oof. This feels so good.
With a belt on the line.
Talk about things that'll never happen to me. Everybody take a picture. I'm gonna shout out Emergent Wellness real quick. Man, I love our sponsors. We're in baby Boise, and they're getting after it, supporting us so that we can bring shows to you guys like this. So critical that we support them. Who doesn't love supporting a local business, guys? Give it up for all of our sponsors tonight. Whether you're an athlete, aiming for peak performance, recovering from life's demands, or simply striving to feel your best, their carefully curated menu is designed to meet your unique needs and empower you on your journey to optimal health. See their list of peptides, hormone therapy, and metabolism boosters at the booth in the lobby. You can literally get this stuff before you leave. Make sure you do it. That's Emerge Wellness, another locally owned company. Words cannot quite capture how excited I am for our first championship fight of the night!
Let's go.
This is our first women's bantamweight championship at Northwest Submission Challenge. Give it up for all the ladies out there. Thank you for your contribution to the sport of jiu-jitsu, ladies. You make it what it is, certainly. Fight number 14, 130 pounds of pissed off black belt, ready to claim this thing. I certainly am not going to try to keep it from them. We're gonna go no-gi for this fight. We all love a little no-gi. In the blue corner, from the base Jiu-Jitsu in Meridian, Idaho, weighing in at 129 pounds. Give it up for Professor Jessica Now!
Representing the
For the
base.
belt, baby! For the belt!
Representing the base, we have Jessica Knight at 129 pounds. She's been a veteran of the Northwest Submission Challenge, a good representative of the base, and a tough fighter.
She's looking good. She's looking great, healthy, great weigh-in. And she has been spot on.
And her opponent.
That's right, Pro. That's right, Pro. She's a veteran, ladies and gentlemen. She's gonna have her hands full, no doubt. This next competitor is absolutely no joke. In the red corner, hailing from 208 Jiu-Jitsu. Weighing in at 129 pounds. Let's give it up for none other than Kimberly Mills.
Let's go. Kimberly Mills representing 208 Jiu-Jitsu, you guys. One of their black belts.
She's coming off a win. Last time, decision win. She's strong. She's good.
Confident.
She's fast.
Confident.
She's
For
confident.
all the marbles, ladies and gentlemen.
Confident.
Bragging rights and a belt. Let's see.
Jessica's been training, like when she was telling me in January, about 2-a-days. Seriously, 2-a-days since January. Getting ready for this. She cut weight healthily. She looks fantastic. She looks great. Kimberly Mills has her hands full. It's going to be a great match.
Okay,
For a title match.
Little hand fighting going off. Patience at the beginning. Nobody's exploding so far. Little collar tie going on with Kim. Okay,
Yeah.
back to neutral.
Kim likes the Russian tie. So you're going to see heavy hands here. Oh, it's going to pull guard. Interesting. Last time we saw her, she was doing the Russian tie and then going off of that.
Yeah, looks like she's like arm dragging, looking for it off the arm drag a little bit. Little foot sweep attempt by Kim. Hand fighting, good. Jessica's grabbing the back, going for some foot sweeps.
I see Jess do a little foot sweeps there. Their posture's a little tall. So
Very
it's
judo-y.
Yeah, so it's
Okay,
Okay,
Kim
Kim's
sits
pulling.
right down. So we're getting the action started with 9 minutes left on the clock. I love it.
this mercy grip is.
It's a trip when they do that.
Yeah,
right?
that's wild. I never win, unfortunately. It's interesting. She sat down, then came right back up. So maybe she just read something that wasn't comfortable, or maybe she just wanted to come back up.
Every time you collar tie somebody with a ponytail, they kind of feel like you're pulling their hair. You know, they get pissed. Okay, we're at 8 minutes and 20 seconds left. A lot of hand fighting, a few foot sweeps, feeling each other out. Kim's playing very patient.
Yes, the same side
First
overhook
warning.
grip tells me that Kimberly wants to go collar drag. Now she's pulling.
Okay, we're in the half guard.
Pulling into half, but she's flattened out. Just get on that, on the side here. She's posting.
A little guard scramble, and now we have a front headlock catch. She's trying to spin around to the back. My guess is they're going to lose it. Guillotine catch. Jessica sits back to relieve the pressure on her neck by pulling guard. She's able to do so. We're now in an inverted reverse De La Riva. She's able to use the inversion to get on top. Almost. Now she's back. using the legs. Is she going to sweep here? And she got swept right back. With Mills kind of looking to go on top, and now she's back on the bottom. Very back and forth match right here. Pushing the head is Kim. Jessica's using the half guard, using a little De La Hiva, a little no-gi De La Hiva action. She's going to roll under almost like a Berimbolo. She hasn't completed it, but she's definitely doing a Berimbolo all the way to Kim kind of catching the leg. She didn't get the back. Now we're dealing with a standing 50-50. A little waiter sweep action by Kim. Jessica, looks like Kim's grabbing a leg. It's shallow. She could use the shin to come to the back or do a hamstring slicer. Kim's going to get out of this, my guess is, and be right back on top of the fight. Frame the knee, pull the knee out. Okay, she's going to roll instead. Keeping the entanglement. What she wants to do is make sure that the bottom leg is not even close to being in there. Okay, there she goes. Yeah. Spin around to the back, and Jessica tried to defend by not letting that happen, and it looks like now we have Kim dominating the top position, getting shuck off here a little bit. Jessica Knight wants to get that right elbow back across the body. That way, it's not going to be easy to get her back taken. Okay, she's out. She pulls guard herself. And now we have a switch of position. Easy pass for Kim. We're in the north-south position. Usually leads to Kimura if you're not careful.
Either Jess got tired or just got out-timed.
I think she got out-timed. I think she got out-timed.
Kim's got great movement up there.
She's switching, but she never switched all the way to actually got the back. Now she's going to probably go on top. If she's smart, I'd be yelling for her to go on top.
She took a knockout.
Go to the mount if I'm on top. Otherwise, you might get put back in the guard.
Yeah,
it looks like Jess very good at going to turtle there instead of the guard. That was smart. And she's going to scramble out of that, I think, because of it. Now, her arm is entangled. It could be a takedown or that could be an arm trap. Turning, good. It looks like Kim pretty much is on the back right now. Jessica escaping.
Getting her hips back down.
Immediately escaping.
Kim's coming back up. This is kind of, it's like a replay here. It's happening
over and over, right? We got a modified mount here by Kim, and she's transitioning back to the back. It's so far, like a very good scramble fight, you know. Kim is losing the back position a little bit. She's on the back, and Jessica's trying to escape that. If Jessica can kind of like get the head onto the mat, now a full back take here by Kim.
Double unders by Kim.
Great job at Jessica by putting the back of the head onto the mat. Now she's taking it off the mat, which is allowing Kim to retake the back. And she's scrambled out. Very good by Jessica.
This is interesting. Do you like the double unders from the back? It's like just to glue your chest.
I think if you think you're going to fall off, like they're going to make you fall off, you grab those to not fall off. But as far as attacking and choking, over under with the Kimura grip would be my favorite.
It's kind of a Granby by Jess there.
Now we're getting towards an arm lock position. If that right leg ends up, great defense by Mrs. Knight there. Good. She's not quite allowing the full back take to happen. Jessica really wants that back. She's got over-unders, and she's got one hook and two in. That's a full back take. Now, so far, Jessica has escaped this 2 or 3 times. If she can continue to do that, we'll be in the scramble here. Same position again.
So this was IBJJF scoring be a little bit different, but we're looking after submissions here.
Yeah, we're just
submission attempts, and all we're seeing is positional dominance. But All Jess needs to do is get out and to get one really good submission in.
Yeah.
We have seen an argument for a guillotine.
I would say for Kim, I mean, she's dominating, and she had a Kimura grip. She going for an armbar right here. I think Jess got out of it. Which now she's going for a little counter leg lock, which it's actually she's gonna lose it.
Little knee bar.
2 minutes left.
Scoot her hips back a little bit. The knee line's a little bit too clear.
It's possible.
But
she could definitely switch to the backside 50-50.
Risk of loosening her back here too. So just kind of a precarious situation. She's got to sell something.
Switch to the other leg. Okay, here we go.
Okay, we got.
I think Jess will get out of this, but it's close. She needs to turn and look towards her. It's a bit of a choke going on, but at the same time, Jessica is escaping the position. You can see Kimberly is going back on top. Back to the back. She's doing a good job at switching to dominant positions, but she does keep losing them. Good foot placement there by.
That's real high.
Yeah, that was smart. I thought she was going to turn into a triangle there.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Jessica Knight still in the fight, not giving up for a second.
Fantastic way of escaping.
Yeah,
by Jess.
amazing
Masterclass
defense.
escaping,
Amazing defense.
Now, if she could just get on one heel right now, this could all change in a second. That's how footlocks go real quick.
That's the thing about the heel hook is it's quick.
What a fight! What a fight!
See what Jess can turn up here. See
30 seconds. The crowd's going crazy. They both want it. Oh, a little guillotine attempt there.
Heavy
by
on the
Kim.
head.
Snap down, back take.
Great work by Kimberly with a snap down.
Approaching the 10-second mark here.
I know Kimberly wants to finish this.
Oh, yeah. Again, she's going for the back, and I don't think she's going to get it. Jessica Knight doing a very good job at defending the choke, but I don't know if it'll be enough.
Whoa!
What a battle.
Whoa! If you are sitting down, you should be ashamed of yourself. Stand up! Stand up!
That might be match of the night. I know some of the night.
Give these ladies the respect they deserve. What a fight! Ladies, Kimberly Mills with the win. .208 Jiu-Jitsu and Kimberly Wills.
Chance of 208 in the crowd. Chance of 208.
Man, that got everybody hyped up.
That is right there with fight of the night. What do y'all say? My goodness, you'd whoop my ass. Oh. Professor, take me through your thoughts on the fight.
Jess is a real tough opponent, so I give it up to her. You know, it was, I wanted to end it sooner, but she was just so tough and good defensive moves. You know, I got a little tired, but kept going, yeah.
Professor Jessica definitely displayed incredible defense. Let's give it up for her as well.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
She's a super tough opponent.
At this level, you get your back taken, it's usually over, you know? She got out of a lot of stuff.
Do you feel like there was something unexpected that showed up tonight?
No, not really, no. Last time. Less emphatic than last time, so.
For sure. Well, we cannot wait to have you back. One question, what are you gonna do with this?
I'm gonna give it to my team. I know Sam thinks it's weird, but I'm gonna probably leave it at the gym, 208.
Respect, respect. Thank you so much for signing up, training hard, showing up, and battling a totally game and badass opponent. You, my dear, are inspiring all the female jiu-jitsu practitioners here. Huge props to the women in jiu-jitsu. Huge props to you. Please defend that title for us. Give it up one more time for Professor Kimberly Mills.
One more left on the card, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
And those transitions were faster than Drax swiping right on Tinder after 2 tequilas. My guy.
Mike, come with those jokes.
Tonight has been so incredible. So many good fights, so many good fighters. Please join me in thanking and cheering on and supporting Jesse and Cameron at Northwest Submission Challenge for laying it all on the line so we can watch this tonight, and all the support staff. Let me hear it. It's them first and you showing up second to support them. Let's keep it up. Let's keep blowing this up. Let's outgrow this venue, dope as it is. Let's show up next time and see what we can do. How does that sound? Our largest and final sponsor of the night, the Perigee Group. We could not do it without them. Again, general contractors in Boise, specializing in medical, retail, and commercial construction. See their projects going up all throughout the Treasure Valley, including their newest project currently in downtown Boise. I feel like I gotta stretch out for this next one. Fight number 15, ladies and gentlemen.
The main event,
it's
you guys.
It's not even 9 o'clock yet. I cannot stress to you what a barn burner this one is about to be. At the weigh-ins today, Andrew Cruz from SBG lined up in front of Ben Butters and put his hands up like this. And I had to tell him, you can't punch him in the face. Please don't punch him in the face. He's got a beautiful face. We can't mess it up. Missy would be so mad. At 165 pounds of just pure handsome, these boys, let me tell you. A no-gi match at black belt for all the marbles. Who's gonna take that belt? Let me hear it real quick. Andrew Cruz at SBG. Ben Butters at the base.
It's a big match, right? It's a big match.
Both of these guys are legends. Both of these guys have been in it to win it for a long time. I have mad respect for both of these guys, so when they come out, make sure you let them know that you appreciate all the time that has led up to this night right here. All right, team, without further ado, are you ready? I said, are you ready?
Mike lost the mic there.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a big match, you know. When you get to the final match after having all of these matches and the crowd going crazy, it's not the same as if these guys, met at the local tournament or something. There's so much anticipation.
Top.
Defending champion versus Front Street Fights champion.
And I've seen Andrew Cruz do pretty good at these jiu-jitsu tournaments,
Tap,
too.
tap.
He's great. He does great. He's no
If you
slouch.
go to Emerge Wellness, if you drink salt electrolytes, you can look like this at damn near 50. I am so pumped for this fight, I can't even stand it. This is my last 10 minutes with you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. Are you ready? In the blue corner, weighing in at 164 pounds, from the base Jiu-Jitsu in Meridian, Idaho, a veteran. His name is Ben Butters!
Here we go, main event, Ben Butters versus Andrew Cruz for the 165-pound belt. Submission Grappling Northwest Submission Challenge.
And he is our champion.
Yeah, when you put these kind of fighters at the very end of the night, huge matches over and over. You hear the crowd going crazy all night long. You're in the back. It's a different match. You have to deal with those nerves. I'll never forget when I fought Mike Fowler at the main event in Hawaii. I was so nervous to fight him, and I watched the crowd go crazy over and over and over. It felt like it was sucking me dry. I can't imagine these guys. They got all their team here. It's all marbles are all on the line, like you said.
His opponent. By the way, did I or did I not tell y'all I will blow the back out of this microphone? Did I or did I not do that shit? Now see where you at. I told you I would do it. All right, everybody, his opponent in the red corner, hailing from SBG, Idaho, weighing in at 164 pounds. His name is Andrew Cruz.
The Front Street Fight champion, black belt Andrew Cruz representing SBG. This guy, he's done all the jiu-jitsu matches, all the MMA fights. I don't think nerves are going to play a factor here tonight with this guy.
Do you think Ben is at a disadvantage here because he's been coaching the whole day?
I would say that's. I would
like
not
literally
want
the whole day.
I
Like,
can't imagine coaching all day and then fighting myself.
Yeah.
I need the whole day to
easy.
myself. Ben, he's there for his team, so he ain't gonna not be there. Okay, so here we go. Andrew, he's looking like he's gonna be fast. He's
looking at that leg right
He's
now.
looking at the leg already, but the ground is where we want to go anyways. Okay, here we go. We're wrestling. He's kind of reaching a little bit.
It's a little heavy.
It almost looks like he's going to punch
Yeah,
it.
it looked like he was going to.
Feinting a little bit. Ben is smiling, kind of playing, getting comfortable.
Ben likes getting rough, dude.
Does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Cruz just feeling him out. Little fake foot sweeps here, nothing too aggressive. And then Ben, he's going to kind of pull into that Imanari type role. And looks like we're just dealing with the open guard here. Andrew Cruz on top, looking to pass the guard. Dealing with the closed guard now of Ben Butters.
Yeah, we're right down to the ground where we want to be. A little muffler choke right now. Just kind of flattened
You
out.
see how he stretches out those legs. He gets to close guard, he's going to stretch that out. One thing you can do from there is you can float a butterfly hook in and sweep. See, he tried to
That's
do
what
it.
he's trying
Yeah,
to
you
do.
saw that. You want to keep one extended while you float the other one in. Okay, now he's looked like he's just kind of going back to close guard, throwing up a little bit of an armbar attempt there.
He's trying to climb.
Andrew is doing a good job at defending that armbar. You can see that he's covering Ben's mouth. A little MMA tactics there. Reminded me of Hawaii.
You guys did that a lot there?
A lot of those guys do the muffler there. Yeah, they're not playing around. Got close to the edge there. Good job by David Gorham getting him back to the middle.
Interesting to see. He just keeps trying to do the muffler here. Just trying to.
Yeah, it's just one of those things I think that every day, a lot of the MMA, that's just how they roll. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
roll with a new guy, they're doing the
Yeah.
muffler.
But what's that do with their posture? Like, what, you're just trying to freak him out? Like, that works with a blue belt,
I think
right?
I think that in a high-paced match, no matter how talented you are, you're going to get tired. And the more that you mess with the tiredness, the more mistakes come up. Can Ben Butters last 10 minutes no matter what? Yeah. But does covering the mouth kind of mess with the breathing a little?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then towards the end, if you're a little bit more tired, it could be the end for you, especially when versus an MMA guy that just wants to be on top no matter what.
Ben's climbing the guard here. He's going to be careful with that shoulder if he can get past that shoulder.
You can see just Andrew Cruz, like in his mind, he's winning the fight, you know? He's on top. Yep. You're in the cage. You're winning right now.
He's underhooking his
like all the judges in an MMA fight would be thinking, oh, yeah, Andrew Cruz is dominating. But in a jiu-jitsu match, it looks like Ben Butters is the one going for most of the moves here.
Yeah.
A lot of triangles, a lot of open guard, kind of playing De La Hiva a little bit with the right leg.
Would you suggest him not – he's not doing any K-guard here. Do you think that's the right strategy here because he's underhooking that leg? Do you think you do that matrix K-guard type entry with someone as heavy as Andrew?
I think that if you're not good at it, don't do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that move's great. It could work. But it's just a matter at this level of what's your stuff? You know, what do you get everybody with? What do you get the high-level guys with? Now, this is an MMA position. You see he's getting that top half guard, and he's really going to start focusing on putting the shoulder into Ben's face. If he can keep Ben turned this way, you know, he can keep his face towards the left side, it's going to be hard for him to recover any sort of an effective guard.
So are we looking for a butterfly hook here on Ben's left leg or arm pummeling?
It's exactly the right. I would try to get the half butterfly, but when he releases that left leg to do it, it's got to be fast. If you do that slow, you're opening a pass possibility up. I like the lockdown, but without double underhooks, now he's got double underhooks. Now he can play the lockdown. It's possible he can get an electric chair sweep. He can come up to the old school sweep, and he can use it to go back to close guard. Double mouth coverings, double mufflers from Andrew Cruz. Very MMA.
Head down. Not a lot of posture.
Not a lot of posture. I don't know. Hedron Gracie once told me, you're either posture happy or stack happy. Don't hang out in the middle.
But he's not digging for like double unders.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Like I said, those kind of positions up against the cage with your head under the jaw, you're winning. And the guy's losing, you know. They're going to keep getting scooted back into the middle every time it goes to the end, which is going to – it has nothing to do with the cage. So he's going to have to pass the guard. And if he doesn't pass the guard, I believe Ben Butters is going to win off of attempts. The way Andrew Cruz is playing is he ain't going to be in the guard unless he's forced there. Good passing attempts here by Andrew Cruz, though. Now he's starting to work.
He's got him flat. He's got his head over.
You see how he got that left hand like that?
Yeah.
That's not fun. Now, you look at his right hand. What's he going to do with that right hand? Is he going to crawl it up for the arm triangle, which also leads to passing, or is he going to bring it back where he can look for a back step past it? Completely past that guard. More MMA guys are willing to stay in the half guard.
Near the halfway point here. Andrew Cruz showing some possessional dominance here, but Ben's working from...
If you had to think to yourself so far which guy is more tired, you got to think Ben.
Yeah,
you got to think that. Even though he hasn't shown it, as it comes to the last 2-3 minutes, you're going to see both of them will tire out a little bit. And the person that's on top usually has the advantage when that happens. Good inversion by Ben. He could backstep out of that, Andrew Cruz. The thing is a lot of these guys, they don't mind being in half guard and punishing the guy, especially with 4 minutes left to go. Okay, he's back in the closed guard. Good for Ben Butters.
Would you say Andrew's playing it safe, or he's definitely trying to go for it here? It's kind of hard to tell.
I feel like this is just how he rolls. Same way every round, like cover the mouth, try to be the guy on top. I mean, in any real fight, unless you get submitted, you're winning. Yeah. You're winning. The guy's back's on the street, the guy's back's against the cage, and he's probably landing shots. You know what I mean? That's the thing about the guard is you have to practice techniques that revolve around you not getting punched in the face if you want to be able to execute jiu-jitsu in a real fight. Now, I know this isn't a real fight, but he's facing a real fighter. Everything except for the punches is very apparent that he does MMA.
He's trying to bring that arm across the center line here, trying to attack an arm.
As soon as the coach tells him, there's 2 minutes left, there's a minute and a half left, I guarantee you the younger fighter, you're going to see a burst. But I think that right now, even though it's close, Ben Butters is the one truly trying to look for the submission.
Yeah, he's trying to attack a little bit more. Be curious to see here if he's doing the muffler yet again.
Oh, I guarantee you, that's like a nonstop. He doesn't even know he's doing it. Like, he's going to do that forever. Good posture. Hard to triangle an MMA fighter.
That's a little scary move there, right?
Now, he's got the underhook. Keep an eye on Andrew Cruz's right kneecap, because if that kneecap goes above the thighs of Ben Butters, he can knee slice. And that's going to bring a lot of momentum his way. A good lockdown. Great decision by Ben Butters.
So that prevents the hips from coming up to meet clear the knee line.
Yeah. Andrew Cruz's knee will have to come off the ground. You can see he's desperately taking it off the ground in order to pass. If it touches the ground, the lockdown will go back in. He'll get stretched out. He won't pass. He's starting to he was starting to pass there a little bit more. Butters doing just a great job at not letting it happen. This is what I mean. Now, who looks tired?
Yeah, Ben. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. I don't know. I want to see him.
With a minute 45 left, now it's kind of like a make it or break it thing for both of them. And if I was Andrew Cruz, he needs just a little bit more.
It was an interesting call. Riley Martinez, Cruz's coach, said,
"Wow, Butters got the takedown! Amazing! That was amazing."
Was that possibly a coach error there, asking Cruz to stand up, opening him up for the double?
I would never have expected that double. Would you have?
It happened.
It happened. I think he caught him off guard, man. I think he caught him off guard. Now Butters is in a way better spot. This is all Butters here. If he can get to his Kimura, if he can get to the arm triangle there, it's over.
Any legitimate submission attempt from the top here
If
from
Andrew,
Ben Butters.
If Andrew Cruz does not escape, I believe he'll lose. And with the escape, he's going to have to do something. He's got a minute left. If he took the right arm and dug under the armpit, it's going to create inversion. He can go back to the guard. He can get up. When he hugs on like that, he's holding him on top of him.
Let's go over and do a north-south choke here.
Yeah, I believe that he's going to win. If Andrew Cruz doesn't do something, Ben Butters can just hang on here. Now, of course, we want to see him hit the submission. But we don't always get what we want. Beautiful. Yeah. Butters is doing amazing here.
Is he going to fall back in the last 23 seconds for something?
That would guarantee it. I just don't understand how they could give it to Cruz after Butters did so well on the bottom with attempts. And now he's on top at the end of the fight trying to pass. I mean, what else do you want out of the guy?
Beautiful wrestling. Get him down.
8 seconds. Yeah, great job. Both fighters did amazing. Very impressed with Ben Butters.
Whoa! Give it up for both of these guys for the belt. Black belt bragging rights. Let me hear you, Boise.
Cruz doing some shadow boxing. Would you like to see some EBI overtime here?
Judges.
That'd be cool if they did just a round of combat jiu-jitsu.
Andrew!
What?
Cruz.
Wow, look at Butters' face. Now, I'm going to go online. I might get beat up, but I believe that was Ben Butters' fight. And why is he had the submission attempts. There wasn't a lot of them, but he went for arm bars. He got a takedown. He ended up on the top at the end of the fight. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but Andrew Cruz is the man. I cannot take it from him. He's the man.
IBJJF scoring? Yeah. Andrew's, but
real fight? MMA? You know, I would have gave it to him.
Well done, Professor Andrew Cruz.
But the submission attempts is
it's
everything.
hot in here.
Yep.
Congratulations, sir. Tell me your thoughts on the fight.
Really tough fight, way different than MMA. Couldn't throw strikes, so I tried to use the muffler. It was a really close match. I really would like to run it back. And I wish I just let the clock go till somebody finished. Like, there's not enough time.
How do you guys feel about running that back next time?
Oh, very humble of Andrew Cruz.
It was very professional. I loved it.
I'd like to pause right now and ask that everybody control themselves. These guys put it on the line. They're black belts. They're both highly respected here. If you have a problem with the refs, so be it. That's the way it goes. But we're here as a community to come together under the banner of the flag that we love so much, which is training jiu-jitsu. Please, let's give Andrew his comeuppance. Was there anything that surprised you?
How good he had the plum when he had to be in guard. I was trying to peel that head off to get away, and he just kept it down. He did have some armbar attempts, which might have worked in gi, and no gi, it's too slick. So I was pretty comfortable pulling out of those. And then when he had it on top on the end, I was hoping that he would open up and try to get the finish, but he was settling down a little bit. We both were settling down, trying to control each other, but man, black belt level is like super, super hard. So
True.
You think? I mean, I wouldn't know.
But yeah, I prefer no gi over gi, so I would love to run it back immediately and get this show on the road.
I think we can all vote to run that one back. What do you guys say? Congratulations, brother. Nothing but respect for you and for Ben Butters. Thank you very much for putting it all on the line. I did hear a fun fact. Did you do 10 rounds of sparring yesterday?
No, that was a while ago, but yeah, I did about 8 rounds of no-gi sparring just getting ready for this. So it's normal for a fighter. We constantly train, so.
Whatever you say, but that's not normal for me. Amazing job. Thank you. Congratulations on the belt. Please give it up for your champion of Northwest Submission Challenge 6, Andrew Cruz.
Andrew Cruz with the win there at the end, taking home the belt over Ben Butters.
Mike with some parting words. And then a picture for the new Northwest Submission Challenge welterweight champion. He is now the Northwest Submission Challenge champion and
the Front Streets Fight.
That's it, everybody. Thank you so much for attending Northwest Submission Challenge 6. Please keep your tempers under control as you walk out of here. We all love this sport. We all want this to come back. Thank you again. I love you all. Have a great night.
That is Mike Thomas. My name is David Dickman alongside Joel Bowie from Jiu-Jitsu 100.
Get me a beer. I'm thirsty.
Jiu-Jitsu 100 in Haley, Idaho. I represent Alliance Boise. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the historic Egyptian Theater, this is the Northwest Submission Challenge. Good night.
Good night, guys.